This channel is sponsored by Loot Crate, the monthly subscription box that's always filled with surprises for gamers and geeks alike. If you're interested, go to lootcrate.com/hawk525 and after choosing your crate, type in promo code HAWK525 for a 10% discount. The link and promo code will be in the description box below. Thanks guys, and hope you enjoy the show.
And then again, Tumblr's just gonna ask themselves, what the fuck happened? You shot yourself. No, we were trying to just shoot the not safe for work people. You shot yourself.
Well, we'll get to that point and find out what remains in Tumblr. So I think it's gonna start off right away as we dabble into Tumblr. But no, welcome to the 74th episode of the Hypecast. Today it's going to be a smaller size episode for the Hypecast. First off, though, welcome and welcome back. Thank you again for tuning in and listening. Today, as always, I'm your host, Hawk525, aka Sean. And we just have Zawarudo today. ZawarudoWrrryy.
Whee! I'm going to die. Feed me to the wolves.
The rest of the boys are either changing their sleep schedules or they're just sleepy altogether. But they're sleeping nonetheless. So
Or they're saving, pictures.
Or they're saving all those pictures on Tumblr, but we'll get to that later in the show. So today is quite although small, but we got quite the topics to go over, such as one anime. We do also have Nintendo changing their policies, and then we have another company with their policies, and then we have another with their policies. And then we have Tekken and Smash as well in today's conversation. So, we're just going to go with the docket, go in order, and hope you guys enjoy the show. So, anyways, we have Persona 5, the animation, as we may know. It's as we know already, excuse me. It's kind of on the break for a moment, but for those who watched the very end of the animation, in the final episode, they showed off a little hint that something else is gonna follow up on that. And we have the OVA, I believe it's considered an OVA, but it's some sort of special or TV special, and it's called Persona 5 Dark Sun, and that is the title of the TV special. And it's going to be occurring in Japan anyway, on the 30th of December. And I think the day before, according to this, there's going to be some sort of... Oh, okay, it's just a compilation. Okay. I thought this is going to be some sort of, like, presentation. They do some, like, weird talk show or whatever, they've done in the past in Japan, which is kind of interesting to watch. But I think it might just be literally just like a way to like catch up or remember all the parts that you saw from the animation. So, Zawarudo, have you watched the animation, the anime for Persona 5?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's
Okay.
going to be part of the binge watching once I go to Florida.
Nice. That is definitely a good binge watch. I forget how many episodes exactly it was. I think it was around 20-ish, but
Let me go check.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah. I think it was a good number before it went on break, and then we have Dark Sun to wrap it up. So
26.
Aha, yeah, it's on the bottom actually, which is funny.
Well, hello.
Yeah. So yeah, I think there was one more trailer that just occurred not too long ago. But it's like pretty basic, and this key visual right here as we're looking into the screen share. That's like pretty much the end by the end of the trailer. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting of how they're gonna do it. You know, are they gonna go with the bad ending or the quote unquote normal ending? Even though in my opinion it's kind of bad, but or the actual true ending. You know, so I don't know. It's gonna be pretty interesting. So but yeah, for you it's gonna be a good binge watch. It's pretty interesting. Try not to expect too much from it, but it's still I think it's still worth a watch, or it's definitely worth to binge on, because there are some parts in there you don't normally see in the game, so it's, you know, again, it's like pretty interesting. And I will say this, it was definitely for you, good for you that you played the game before, so if you just watch this straight away, you're gonna be kind of lost, in my opinion. So but yeah, you play the game, so yeah, that's definitely a good thing that you did. So that way you won't be like, what just happened?
Why is there a cat? What is this? What the hell is that?
Yeah. But yeah, so for those who are excited for Dark Sun, it is coming by the end of December, so pretty excited for that.
For Japan only, correct? Or is it going to be like on other streaming sites?
I think, well, it should be on Crunchyroll like the day after or something like that, I think.
Yeah,
that's what I assume. That's what I assume. But I'm pretty sure it'll be on Crunchyroll. If all the other episodes are on Crunchyroll, I'm pretty damn sure they'll put it on Crunchyroll. All the other sites as well. So I don't think we have that. I don't think we have that to worry about. So, well, yeah, Dark Sun, pretty excited for that, and we'll definitely see how they're gonna pull it off. So, let's see. All right, so next up we have something pretty big and juicy, especially for me to talk about, and it's that Nintendo is finally uplifting all those YouTube restrictions. So basically, I have the guidelines right here. I'm not going to read all of it because I already did that for another video. But I'll read this first one right here, which is like pretty much all you need to know, pretty much. So it says, you may monetize your videos and channels using the monetization methods separately specified by Nintendo. Other forms of monetization of our intellectual property, or IP, for commercial purposes are not permitted. So pretty much what that means is, if you especially if you look into this first FAQ right here, it pretty much like says you're allowed to do Let's Play videos, game reviews, and you're allowed to do that on YouTube. You know, and also you can also stream it on Twitch and all and other sites as well. And let me go over the other sites that were mentioned. So you can also do it on Facebook, Nico Nico, OpenRec.tv, and there's Twitch again, and then Twitter for, you know, any like short videos or whatever, and of course YouTube. So yeah, if anyone remembers back in the day, especially back in like 2013, I don't know when exactly it started. For me, from what I can remember, it was like around May or April or something like that. So I remember making a video about that. Like, oh man, back when I was still like trying to get
a wee lad,
and plus like I'm trying to like get myself like more familiar doing like commentary videos and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know, like I'm like very like, you know, still like new at it. It's kind of still fresh, or, you know, kind of trying to get that going, right? And now, you know, and that was 5 years ago. That was still 2013. Yeah, so I was definitely still in college. And you know, like I was still doing like Nintendo videos only. You know, like I said, this YouTube channel used to be Nintendo only, which was you know, kind of big for me back then, and then that whole thing began with Nintendo trying to claim everything, getting all the money and all the ad revenue from all the game reviews and let's plays and stuff that had Nintendo's, like anything Nintendo in it, even like artwork, not even like gameplay related, I think. And of course music. The music, they were super strict on that. But as long as you now, you know, do something with that content, you put your creative input in there, you do like a game review, you put your voice in there, you know, somehow with this commentary or you know, for a let's play or review, or just, you know, if you want to talk about something or whatever, I think you are definitely good. And for those who are wondering about reaction videos as well, that's fine as well, as long as, and this is in the guidelines too, that it's official Nintendo material. It even specifies product trailers or Nintendo Directs right there. So for those who are, you know, more for those who are more like familiar with reaction videos and stuff like that, those are going to be okay. Or people who actually do reaction videos, you guys are definitely in the green light. You know, and of course, people like Erika and stuff like that are okay as well. Now, I kind of wonder about Angry Joe, because I remember Angry Joe was very vocal about it as well when that thing happened with Nintendo. Makes me wonder if he's going to actually cover Nintendo videos now or again. So, especially with, you know, now like with the Nintendo Switch like really picking up, you know, especially with Smash coming around, and that definitely, I think that definitely had a lot. It had a lot to do with this change here, because people are gonna, you know, there's gonna be a lot of people sharing their, you know, Smash content and making videos about it, and if they're gonna continue to be doing this, it's like, well, why should I do this? You know what I mean? Like, you know, I mean, there are people who just do it for fun, like me, but meanwhile, you know, people kind of need something like this in order for them to like kind of keep their channel afloat, so that, you know, they can pump out content and stuff like that, and they, you know, run off on ad revenue, and they try, and in fact they kind of treat this as a job slash kind of like their passion or their career and stuff like that. And you know, if Nintendo continued doing that, it's like, well, I think at this point there's like really no point. But seeing how big Smash is, and how much, you know, people are gonna try to do stuff with it, I think it was really smart on Nintendo's end that they've changed these policies. So they go with YouTube, man. So Zawarudo, any input or any thoughts about this?
It seems like, because I'm also reading it right now, Nintendo is being really more friendly with its customers and content creators.
Absolutely.
More than a other certain video game company.
Yeah. It's really funny how like what's like happening around it too. Like you know, Nintendo's like opening up, and meanwhile like companies like Sony are like really like becoming tight and stuff like that, and Tumblr as well. But you know, we'll get to those later on in the podcast. But yeah, it's just really funny. You know, like Nintendo used to be. It kind of seems like it used to be the opposite. You know, Nintendo was super family friendly, but like PC in the PC sense, and then meanwhile Sony's like, you know, whatever, you know, you have Singer and Cochran and all that shit, right? Or like Dead or Alive volleyball, beach volleyball or whatever, and then Tumblr has all that art, but now it's reversing. The roles are reversed, and now it's like Nintendo can, you know, is letting everyone, you know, openly express themselves. And like even, you know, the Switch has like a Samurai Kagura game where you can like essentially massage them and stuff like that, and poke their huge assets, let's just say, like
good save there.
Yeah, and like, you know, you can have fun with it, right? But yeah, it's just I don't know, it's just weird, just really weird. Any more? Did you want to say more about it?
Pretty much now it's giving me a chance now to explore what I can and cannot do. Even though there is a guideline that we see present here, there's always that hidden guideline or that hidden restriction stuff that you
the fine print,
fine print.
And it does say like we're gonna update these guidelines and stuff like that, and this is just like a start. They'll definitely like edit or change things over time. Maybe they'll like maybe you can't do this for the most, but for the most part you can do that or something like that, or I don't know. But I think for the most part they're gonna be open with whatever content creators do with Nintendo stuff.
So that's why it's like, for all you guys that's gonna try just getting started to make your content with Nintendo, do it.
Yeah,
your chance to explore.
Exactly.
I'm gonna explore with my Elgato that I got. So let's see what I can and cannot do.
Yeah.
I know one song I'm gonna be kind of spamming in my videos.
It definitely is now a good time to kind of open up and see and explore like what kind of material you can work with and like what you can do, what's your niche, what's your and like especially if you're a huge Nintendo fan, it's like now it's a really good time now. I mean, if only they've realized a lot sooner, but like I said, I guess it's better late or better now than ever, so again, because Smash Ultimate is here, or pretty much almost here, as we post this episode soon enough, but it's definitely the best time for them to do that. So and just to clarify also, it unfortunately does add some sort of restrictions, and it's that you can't do this with like fan games that uses Nintendo property or modded games. So like a huge example is like Project M or Smash 4 with all those like mods that people worked on and stuff like that. You can't I believe you can't do anything with that because it's considering like hacking and cracking a code and like playing around with Nintendo property in that sense. So I think that's something they don't want to see, and they only like the guideline said, you can only work with official material. So everything straight from Nintendo you can work with, but not with like fan-made stuff. And it's still a little like, for me, it's a little like kind of gray line when it comes to like fan art and stuff like that, whether you can like produce merchandise with that, with fan-made stuff on your merchandise that has Nintendo characters in there or something like that. Because we see that all the time in artist alleys and stuff like that. They draw Mario and stuff like that, or the Smash characters on this one poster. It's like, what are they going to be affected because of these guidelines now, or what I mean? Like, so but I think for the most part, I think we're gonna be we're okay on that area. But definitely for like modded games and fan-made games, I think unfortunately those aren't in those guidelines. So we're probably gonna continue seeing like fan-made games getting shut down, just like with Pokemon, and also with like that one fan-made Metroid game that someone did in the past. They took that down as well. So I think they really want to just have us stick with the official material. But nonetheless, I think this is still something we should be very thankful for. And it's like it provides people like me, like all now, like the freedom without being bothered by the monetization claims. So, and of course with you, Zawarudo, you can now freely explore, like you said, and now you can like start producing content and see like what your niche is, and what people can see you do in the future. So and you can monetize it for yourself. Now it's like we're good, and plus you can stream it, of course, without any worry, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. So this is, for the most part, this is great. I think this is looking good. in that direction. So very good on Nintendo's part, and it's very uplifting for someone like me because, like I said, I used to do only Nintendo videos until that incident happened in the first place. But better than late than never, they did it, and we can now put Nintendo stuff again on YouTube. So yeah. Did you want to say any more about this?
Nope.
Okay.
Just again, explore, guys.
Yes.
Go, go, go.
Yep. Get on that Smash. Get on that that Pokemon Let's Go, and then the Pokemon game for next year, and Animal Crossing, dude, man. And then of course there's Metroid, there's Bayonetta 3. Now you have to, you can play those games without any worries. You can like produce content. You can, make stuff out of it, without Nintendo bothering you about it. So yeah. Again, it's like such a exciting thing, for me too. He says, as someone who creates content around Nintendo stuff. So,
excuse
me. So again, it's like, so it's such a like a weight off my shoulders, or like you're like kind of like feel like you're free from these shackles, these old shackles that they've now took away. So it's like, oh yeah, especially with Smash coming around, can't wait. All right, so on the topic of Smash, there is something I would like to discuss about, and it revolves around people like getting these early copies, right? These, some certain people, especially like Zero and all the other pro players within that Smash community, a good number of them anyway, have early copies, and they've kind of expressed their thoughts about each character and stuff like that without going too far. But also there's some people who also got it as well, but they kind of been putting stuff under the rug kind of thing, and they've been sharing some secrets, including how to unlock characters really fast. And I even have like someone even gave me like a chart or something. I forgot where it was, but I think it was maybe here. This is this is one of them. But let me see if I can like let's see.
Don't worry, kids. We got the strats.
yeah.
We don't know if it actually works yet, but
yeah. We'll get to that in a bit. But gosh, let me see. Yeah, I'll just go on my timeline. Here we go. But yeah, there is always that possibility of like the day one patch thing. But this is just for the sake of discussion. So, excuse me while I try to go actually find it.
Oh, you guys listening to us, you are missing a lot that's happening on his timeline. Ooh, look at that Incineroar.
Hey. There we go. And then right here. So someone made a whole like Google spreadsheet of how to like exactly unlock each character and stuff like that. So you can take the Word of Light route, or you can take the classic mode route, or you can do the fastest like route, which is like versus mode. So essentially the fastest quote unquote optimal method to unlocking characters really fast, supposedly or allegedly, is to fire up versus match, and then I think you can put on one stock for each character, of course. And then whoever dies, that match is over, and then the newcomer comes that triggers the newcomer challenge, and then once you beat the character, you unlock it, and then supposedly there's supposed to be some sort of like 10-minute time cooldown. So you don't like spam all these characters coming in or whatever. I guess. But there's supposedly a built-in 10-minute cooldown thing for each unlock. But you can get around that just by turning off the game. So you do that, and then you turn on the game again, and then rinse and repeat. So that's like pretty much how you unlock characters And if you keep doing that, supposedly, you can get all the characters within an hour and a half, more or less. So,
Ooh.
yeah. If this works, that is.
If it works.
If this works. Otherwise, it seems like you can just do classic mode if you want. So you can like, unlock what is it? Let's see. Get Luigi, for example, and you unlock by playing Ike in classic mode or something, and then you have to get where's Ike? Unlock by Little Mac or something. I don't know. It's like a chain, or essentially, and then you just use that character in classic mode, and it'll unlock this character or whatever. So it's like a chain of events sort of thing. So you can probably take that route, and it does say may not be accurate, so it's like allegedly. But otherwise, you can take the wholesome method, I guess you can call it, which is World of Light, which is the essentially the adventure mode slash story mode for that, and you can pretty much like take that route and then unlock everything that way. But I don't know how long that's gonna take. So
okay, well, I just did the math. So there's 69 characters total, minus 6 because you will start off with 6. You'll end up with 63. So 63 times 10 for the 10 minutes. Then you divide that by a minute, I think, if I did this correct. So if you just play and play and play, you're looking at maybe I'm just going off my bad math because I suck at math.
It's okay.
10 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
because the cooldown. So
right, and then plus you have to get to that level in the first place, and then so that's I mean, so it seems to be a reasonable amount of time if you take the legitimate one. So, I mean, again, who knows if the quote unquote optimal way is even real or even doable, because like I heard there's some sort of like day one patch coming, so we don't know if that's gonna cut that optimal way off, so we don't know.
Daddy Sakurai is ready. He's like,
oh no, you're gonna have to play that World of Light that I worked so hard on, you motherfuckers. So
I mean, regardless, I will play that.
Yeah. I will play World of Light regardless. Just like as someone who likes to be able to play all these characters like right away, I'll try it just for curiosity's sake. And if it's really an hour and a half, it's like, okay, why not? But like, if I have to, it's like, well, I'm not gonna be completely like play by any means. So yeah, it's just
that's when again you just play online with friends, and again like 10 minutes goes by really fast when you're playing.
Yeah. Or just play classic mode if you don't feel like doing World of Light for some reason. It's that's like probably like kind of probably like the second quickest way and stuff like that, because I think the 10-minute it'll take you 10 minutes anyway to get to the final what is it, Master Hand or whatever, or whatever boss
it is.
Is in classic mode. So
it could be Naboo. He might return.
Yeah,
we don't know.
I mean, that's from Brawl, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Taboo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I mean, it is interesting though. It's like a really funny like exploit that you may be able to do. So, but again, we still don't know. It could be patched out, so we'll see. Don't get your hopes up of like getting all these characters in hour and a half roughly, or 2 hours, let's just say. So yeah. Let me just see the side note right there.
But if you guys are living in the East Coast, you guys are getting it first, so try out the method first.
Yeah,
and
right.
let us know on Twitter.
Yeah. I think I think I think we're probably getting it around the same time though, because when digital games release,
Oh yeah.
it's like because it's
Sorry.
midnight for them, and then it's 9 o'clock for me or West Coast, and then I imagine it's like 6 p.m. for you. So
Yeah. No. Well, no. It will be 7.
7. Oh
7
yeah.
for me.
Okay.
But that's just Well, again, it's so. Let me rephrase. So the ones getting it digital, let us know if it works.
Mm-hmm.
For the ones getting physical copies, yeah, we just gonna have to wait in line, looking at Twitter, looking at our DMs, going like, okay, is my Switch fully charged?
Right. I live on the West Coast, so I may be able to get it around the same time as the East Coast, but in case the East Coast gets it first, it's like, all right, let me know too, because I'm getting digital, but I'm not so sure, like 100% that Nintendo works that way. So because I never bought anything in digital, of a game of this scale, so it's like, like, so if that isn't the case, so East Coast people, like, let us know, man. Like, give us a strat and stuff like that. Let us know.
I mean, it might be like kind of like how DLCs for the other for like PS4 and 360. Like Microsoft always gets theirs first before.
Right. Yeah. It is. I mean, it really is. Kind of depends on which console or which company had the deal. What had some sort of deal as well, or like But when it comes to Nintendo, it's like,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I never like I said, I never bought anything I never bought any like big game on digital. So this is my first time buying Smash on digital. So this is everything is new to me when it comes to like something like this. So I have no idea. And of course, I bought the fucking online service already, so I'm ready for that too. And I wonder now. It's like, remember how with Nintendo's like deal with the online service, we're supposed to get some sort of game of the month thing. Like, where the fuck is that? Like,
probably is gonna hit maybe Christmas.
Probably, I think it'll probably start from Christmas. But it's like, what the fuck? I bought the fucking thing in November. Like, I should have got something out of it. Like, but no, like, okay, whatever. It's not like I really care anyway. I mean, it is, well, like, it would have been nice, but it's whatever. I mean, I just want to play Smash and other games online. Oh, and Pokemon and Animal Crossing.
Yep. And then again, once Smash rolls on, we're gonna do so much connection testing.
Yeah.
Oof, that's gonna be like, for me, I think I want to test Wi-Fi with you guys first, then plug in.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely yeah. So for those of you who are getting Smash, just like Sakurai said, it's best for you to get the Ethernet port for your Switch, and you don't even have to buy the first party port. You can literally like buy the third party one from Amazon, and that'll save you a nice amount of money. So you can go with that. It works. I have one myself, so there you go.
I mean, if you guys still have, I believe the Wii had one.
Yeah,
it's compatible. So
yeah. So yeah, I'm literally using the same one from the one I'm using for a Wii U. So I switched that over to the Switch, and it still works too. So if you guys have like the old one still from Wii or Wii U, then that definitely is just enough for you. So get that Ethernet plugged in. Get a long ass cable if you have to.
Yep, I'm gonna have to buy another cable, another 50-feeder.
Yeah, 50-footer. Like, gotta have it like snake your way through the house, and then reach all the way to the router. And if you guys are lucky and have the router in your room, there you go. Just plug in right there. It shouldn't be that hard. So,
if not, please get like a fast. I think they do sell fiber optics, but those things are expensive as hell.
Yeah.
So just get a nice Ethernet cable that will give send data, quickly.
Yes. That's definitely an important thing to keep track of. So, but yeah, otherwise there's nothing else new from Smash, of course. In terms of like new characters or anything like that, but it's just just these leaks and stuff like that that I thankfully have not seen, except for this optimal character unlock method thing. So that's like the one that I would look into and stuff like that. But I think it's just funny, even thinking about it. You know, what I mean, just as like a thought. You know, just like, oh, you play one match and then you get this like the newcomer or whatever, and then instantly, there you go, and then turn off the game and then rinse and repeat. It's like, what the fuck? If it really works,
make sure you save first.
Yeah. It should have a autosave. So
yeah, autosave. But sometimes,
Yeah. Basically, you like back out all the way to the start menu and then like, and then turn off your game and then repeat. But I mean, hey, that's what testing's there for. You can test how quick is or how like quick the autosave or whatever is, or how good it is or whatever. So, hey man, it's all part of the experiment, So,
and by judging on this very elaborate stuff, I'm gonna have to do a lot of digging to play my characters.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I mean, who's the one you want to unlock? Well, let's just look at Bayonetta, because why not?
Yeah. Okay, so you can get her in the World of Light, but I have to use Sonic Ill.
Unlocked by Sonic. Man, and it's the final battle too.
Shoot my leg, please.
They have to kill all the way to the end just to get her.
Okay, and then there's what?
Who else do you want to use?
You also want to use Incineroar.
Yeah. Let's see. Unlike my Wii Fit trainer.
Wii Fit, okay, not bad.
Yeah, at least for classic mode anyway. But but for we have to go to World of Dark, Left Route, Dark Realm, according to this. So
we don't know what this is. This could be like bringing us to a different place in the World of Light.
Yeah, exactly. It could just take us to like this trap or the dark alleyway, and then like just get stabbed.
And get mugged by Sakurai.
Get mugged by Sakurai. Exactly. It's like, you shouldn't have all that leak, man. You're banned for life. No more unlocking for you. You should have not listened to those leaks, man. That's why I was hesitant about doing story mode, because people will leak this shit. But let's just see this, because I am curious. How do we unlock Ganondorf? So unlock by Ryu in classic mode, and then
which is weird, because shouldn't Ganondorf be unlocked by
before? Link? Yeah, like before, right? So and then how do you get Ryu? Unlocked by Marth. And how do you get Marth?
It'd be so funny. To unlock Ryu, you need to get Ken, but to get Ken, you need to unlock Ryu, and it's like, wait, how you do?
Ooh, so maybe there's some characters that you can't unlock through classic mode. You have to do World of Light. Interesting. Okay.
No, thank you.
Yeah. But if you do it this way, this whole route, then it's like, if you do the quote unquote optimal method, you can like see these characters getting unlocked in order. So according to that, like, holy shit, Bandit is still like a ways away. And then Paladin is the last one.
She's getting slapped by Sakurai with the Nerf hammer.
Right. Not only she's getting the Nerf hammer, she's like getting the fucking short end of the stick by like getting unlocked last. Dr. Mario's on the bottom too. I'm like, well, fuck that. Well,
wait, where's Ridley?
Ridley, yeah, good question. Ridley, let's see. Start from the bottom up.
From the bottom over here.
Oh, right here. So he's like, okay, he's like relatively early, I guess. He's like after Wario, and he's number 27. So, right here.
27 is young Link.
Yeah, there's Young Link right there with her World of Light, and then it's unlocked by Simon. Well, we have to remember it says may not be accurate, so it could be like kind of switched around a bit. So this is all allegedly. It's all these are all allegations.
May not be accurate. We lied.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like a complete lie. This is all fake anyway.
Just kidding. You gotta play World of Light. Have fun.
Yeah, of course. This could all be crafted by Sakurai just to throw you off. It was me. It was me, Sakurai, all along.
We just stare at him, going like, "You
son of a bitch."
Go take your break.
Take your break now, damn it. Even though you're still developing DLC characters. Although they've already been picked by Nintendo themselves, so who knows, right?
Which again, like one DLC, I hope it is. It has to be a Monster Hunter.
Right, yeah, possibly.
Because we have the Rathalos, we did have the Mii suits.
Yes.
We also have a Monster Hunter stage.
I think so.
Ish. Double ish.
Ish, yeah.
But again, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't even know when those things are going to be revealed. We know that Piranha Plant is like, what, 3 months after the release?
1 or 2, I think. It's still like a couple months, so. Still a couple months.
And again, we're sorry, guys, about, Waluigi, but he's in the game.
He's in the game. But
just like Isaac.
And
son, cry.
Yeah, just like the fly swatter is. Just.
I don't know if that is a game. What game did that thing come from?
I think the fly swatter actually is from the Mario, one of the really like old Mario like typing games or something like that, or like Mario Paint or something.
Oh.
something old, man. Something old and niche within the Mario circle, I guess. Which is funny. I am curious, like, where is Ridley on the World of Light route? Let me see. Oh, right here. So, unlocked by Lucina, according to classic mode, but the dark, defeat the creature in Fleaman's spirit in Dracula's castle before encounter. Okay, that sounds legit, I guess. I don't know.
That sounds doable.
Yeah, right. Should be.
It's so funny that this thing is not even alphabetical.
Well, no, because like they're going by number. They're going by
the
they're going by the number. But is it even? No, it's not. It's because Mario's number.
See, told you.
It's not even. It's Mario's number 3. So you have to like subtract 2.
Because if we go try to look for Incineroar, he's number 69. I hope you furries are happy about that.
Yeah, it's
Bayo. Oh, you know what?
Is it in order? I don't know. Oh well. I mean, they're on there. They have their methods and stuff like that. Whatever. Oh wow! It says so. Simon's somehow unlocked by Ice Climbers and King K. Rool, or King K. Rool. I guess. I don't know. Huh. Interesting.
Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
But again, from what we're seeing here, a lot of people are not even looks like you can unlock them through classic mode.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blanks.
It's a lot of blanks, and again, it says may not be accurate, so we don't know like who gets unlocked by what, because it says Bowser's and it has a blank. So it's like, what the fuck? So I don't know. Villager blank. Corrin blank. So Yeah, who knows? Who the fuck knows?
Sakura.
Sakurai's in there. What?
Yeah, Sakurai's in assist trophy.
Oh
He
yeah,
comes
yeah,
in
yeah.
and he deletes your save file and walks out.
Yeah. He says, play the world light, damn it.
Or he just says, "Don't ever ask me for things ever again." And
Don't
he
ask me
just
for
walks
shit.
out.
He's gonna take the Harada route. He's gonna wear that shirt. Don't ask me for shit. Or stop asking me for shit. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I think at this point, I think we talked enough about it. We're definitely excited for Smash, and we're gonna try all the ways to get all the characters. Yay! So that's. I mean, I think either way, it'll be fun unlocking all the characters. So it's like old times again. Instead of
Yep.
buying the season pass for the veteran characters like some games do, or a number of games do. It's just all new Nintendo characters now for that's chosen by Nintendo, and you're paying $25. That comes with not only those characters but with stage and music with it. So it's like, damn, with very fair priced season pass in my opinion. So that's nice. But yeah, again, we're gonna have fun unlocking the characters. So yeah.
And also, who knows? With you guys buying the DLC, we might get more seasons. So buy it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Buy-
go, just buy the game, support it, and I'm pretty sure they'll take attention to that. So,
Buy it so Sakura, I can finally make Goku for you guys. As an assist trophy.
oh no, but Goku is in the game. It's Son Goku with him as a monkey, which is how it is in the Journey to the West. That's Goku right there, right? So, all right. I think we've talked enough about it. But speaking of more characters, we did get more characters revealed for season 2's Tekken 7 characters, and the rest of them have been revealed. So now we have not only Anna and Lei, but we just got Craig Marduk and we got Armor King. But of course we got one of the fan favorites, Julia Chang, and she's a Twitch streamer. So it's
Interesting choice there, Harada.
very interesting indeed. Right? Like in the past, in the past, like she was all about like, oh, spirits guide me, or spirits give me strength, or whatever, and she's always like praying and shit, and she's all about
Yeah,
nature.
she was pretty much Talum when you think about it.
Yeah. I think if one can look at it that way, you're right.
Wind guide me, spirits guide me.
Yeah,
You two are related.
yeah, right. They could be descendants. I don't know. I mean,
Well, I don't know, because Talum is Filipino and Julia is Native American.
yeah, true, but with some Asian descent, like, some sort of Asian like blood in her, right? Because her last name is Chang, so I mean yeah. So I mean, and if you look into history, Native Americans come from Asian ancestry, so it's like because of the
The ice bridge.
yes, yeah, I forgot what it was called. It was I forgot what it was called. Anyways, you get the point.
Ice bridge.
Yeah, the bridge that's made of ice. All right, so they're it was it's some sort of whatever. Fuck it. All right, we get the point. So Julia Chang, she's back. And people were crazy about it. And again, she's a Twitch streamer, so this is gonna be like all about the chat, the subs, and like or in the donations and stuff like that. So like maybe if you play with play as Julia Chang, and then you like sub to your, if they like sub to your channel, she gets like buffs as happening or something. That'd be really funny. But no, that'd be too much. That'd be way too much. But that would be funny
other
though.
Character.
And also, lastly, Negan now has been fully revealed with his gameplay and all. And at first I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like, I am tempted to play Negan and stuff like that. But the more I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I mean, this is the most you can get of Negan is like what you can expect from a guy that holds a bat with barbed wire on it that's named Lucille. So it's like, it's a little like in that sense it's like kind of underwhelming, I guess, but it is Negan, and it's a big character from Walking Dead. Not that I watch it, but I understand that he's a big character in Walking Dead, and so all the Walking Dead fans are like, oh my god, so cool, and especially with that trailer, that's like a big giant reenactment of that whole scene with Negan and all the other protagonists on their knees and stuff like that, and then he bashes two people that I won't name, but people know already anyways, so it's like, okay. But but in the trailer for sure, Paul gets the bat, and he gets his head bashed in. But before that, it's really fun because he says like, Lucille, give me strength, and then the bat like glows with like that dark aura. I'm like, this never happens in this show, but it's kind of cool in that sense. That's why it's I guess it's cool to have Negan in a video game like this, because you kind of get to see things that don't happen from the show, I guess, in some sense. So like in that sense, he's kind of like Siegfried, so like or Nightmare. So he got that Namco fighting game treatment, I guess, with give me strength, or of whatever source that you're praying from or praying towards. So like Julia is like about the spirits, Nightmare is all about the souls, and then now you have Negan with this bat. So I don't know. Did you have any comment about the other characters that were revealed?
I was gonna say maybe story-wise, yes, Julia is best friends with Miharu from Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Oh, I think
the one that does the selfie grab.
Yeah, that's right. No, I thought that was Xiaoyu.
No, it's well,
because Julia, I know she has a sister named Michelle.
Yeah.
But
like best friends, I think it's maybe lore wise now.
Oh, now
this girl told Julia, to get more people, you do this thing called streaming.
Oh, okay. So
it's like it was you.
Oh,
you did this.
Okay, so now, I mean, I guess that makes sense. She, Miharu is like the selfie girl, and then now Julia's doing the selfie, but streaming on top of that. So it's like, okay, I guess that makes sense, huh? I never thought of it that way. I never really thought why she became a streamer. I'm just like, oh, she's a streamer, cool. But the why?
I might be throwing stuff in the air, but if I'm right, Harada, give me something. I broke your code.
Okay.
Before anyone did. I
mean, that seems to be like for now a nice theory, but yeah, but I was.
Is it a game theory?
Yeah. God damn it. But otherwise, I remember Miharu as Xiaoyu's best friend because she's like they're classmates.
Yeah.
And stuff. But yeah, I guess like maybe because Xiaoyu knows Julia, and then Miharu knew Julia through Xiaoyu or something over time. I guess I don't know. It's a fucking fighting game, so I guess anything goes. So I don't know. But yeah, it's still interesting that Julia Chang of all people is the Twitch streamer. Because in the past, like I said, it's like she's like the nature girl. She wants to protect the environment and stuff like that. But hey, I mean, maybe she's doing that so she can reach out to more people to be like, hey, we have to protect the environment, blah blah blah, because this and that and stuff like that. But still, like, whenever she stops streaming, she's like, she's back to the Julia we know, like, nature spirits guide me or whatever.
So you're saying that she's this is her
persona, her online persona. She's
because look at that. That's the Julia I know, Native American and all of that, and then
right,
stream is live, guys. It's like, oh nope.
Right. Yeah, I know. I mean, she's probably just doing it just for the sake of like trying to reach out to more people to like be aware of what's happening to the environment or whatever. So I mean, it makes sense. It's just funny that of all people, it's Julia Chang that gets the Twitch streamer lore kind of, you know, character storyline or whatever. So.
And I wonder if she's gonna have her luchador.
Oh yeah, her costume, right? From Tekken Tag 2. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? It was like J. It was like J something. I don't know. It's something with a J.
JC?
Jace? It might be JC or Jaden or something like that.
Well, her name is right there, and I don't know how to pronounce it because I never played tag tournament. I just watch people.
It's JC. Yeah. Because I remember like in the Tekken Tag 2, she was like partnered up with King, I think, in the
Armor King.
Armor King. Yes, yeah.
Because she punched my king.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How dare she?
Right. That's right. But that's a spin-off game, so the story is like all over the place, and it's not even canonical anyway. But they do it for fun. But speaking of which, what did you thought of Armor King's design in that reveal?
Honey, chainmail on bearskin, not good.
But this is Armor King, dude. He's got.
I know it's Armor King, but to have chainmail is like Hold
on, let me bring up a artwork of.
You can't do flips like that without your skin getting pinched to death. But I don't know if Harada did it on purpose, but thank you for referencing G Gundam.
Oh yeah, with this introduction, that's pretty cool on its own, but the fact that it could be from G Gundam is like, oh man, that's cool. Oh yeah, you're right. He is. It looks like it does look like chainmail with that fur coat or whatever, fur trim. It looks cool though overall. I like the.
He looks cool, but and I can't read kanji, so I don't know what that symbol's on his sash.
Oh yeah. The hip, the waist cape, yeah. But yeah, Armor King still looks cool. I was playing around with him before we would get on the podcast, and I got a little distracted to the point where I missed Intergamma's message. So, which is why he's not here in the first place. Oops. But so far though, I kind of do like his Tekken 7 like iteration, like the way he plays right now. He's just more about like pokes and attacks and stuff like that rather than the throws. He has some throws and grabs like King does, but King is all about the throws and grabs, and then Armor King is all about more like being brutal and stuff like that, like just pummeling you with his fist and kicks and stuff like that.
Spits in your face.
Spits in your face with poison. Yeah, so that's Armor King. So if I'm gonna pick any of the kings, I'm gonna pick Armor King because it's a lot. In my opinion, it's a lot easier. But if you guys can memorize the freaking those combo throws or whatever, then go ahead and pick kings. Like holy fuck, dude, those throws are so fucking hard. I mean, Armor King still has a string of his own too, like, but it's more of like grapples, like, so you can like he'll like do a chokehold and he'll do a sleeper choke and then he'll slam you down and do like some sort of like leg lock or something like that. He does that. So, yeah. So that's Armor King for you. But he's still like fun. He got his own little wave dash, and then he does he has his own like little quote unquote the electric wind god fist kind of uppercut. So except without the electricity, but he has his own uppercut kind of thing. So that's kind of neat, which is from the other games too. So yeah, again, I think they did a pretty good job, like kind of updating him, but still keeping him, his true self in a way. So, and meanwhile, he does look cool. I think he looks cool. I like the fur trim thing. I like what they did with his shoulder pads and like the armor stuff he has and the waistcape and everything. And then his fucking introduction is really cool too. So overall, I think they really did a good job with the Armor King so far. And
I'm just wondering if this is a third Armor King, because the Armor King we've been playing as since I think 3 was Armor King 2.
Right.
So is it the same Armor King, or is it actually like a new person that took the mantle?
Yeah, good question. We don't know that. It just says Armor King for now, so we have no idea if it's still the second one or the is it a brand new Armor King? I don't know. I don't know.
Steve, Kenny, answer this.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they know enough of the lore to answer that, but nonetheless, I'm really glad that he made it in, and he's actually out right now, and along with Craig Marduk. And speaking of which, what do you have any comments about Marduk?
He became hot, just like Ryu with the beard. Hot Murdoch.
Hot Murdoch, yeah. I mean, he looks pretty cool with the beard. But he also kind of reminds me of Balrog with the hood and the no sleeve little coat that he has or whatever, which is right here.
I am curious, because I thought Gigas was supposed to be the replacement.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Murdoch.
Yeah, we all thought that Murdoch was replaced with Gigas, but I guess not. It's we don't know. So it's what's up with Gigas then? It only adds more mystery as to who he is exactly.
But I'm guessing because it's like you kind of need the Holy Trinity. Murdoch, Armor King, and King.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like you gotta have the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And for those who don't know, Marduk is still he still has MMA stuff. He has Valtudo, which is his own little twist on MMA style fighting. But he still has some wrestling moves in a way, but he's more towards taking you down, and then he's punching you as as you're on the ground, stuff like that. So yeah, he's still more or less like that MMA type of fighter. But yeah, I mean, he looks cool doing it, so I'm fine with that. And plus, for those who are curious, they do have their classic skins in there. So if you don't want the beard, you can take off the beard. And Armor King has his classic armor, so that's cool. If you want to have Marduk back in his classic costume, like we're seeing right here, then yeah, you can take off the coat or whatever and the shirt or whatever, and then revert back to the classic look. So that's cool. I think so. I mean, I don't know. I haven't tried Marduk myself, so I can't really say what he really he feels like. But yeah. Oh yeah, I put that costume on. I saw that, and he has. I know Armor King has a Black Panther sort of superhero costume
for that.
Yeah, it actually kind of looks neat. I bought both of them with the
found it.
Yeah. Yeah. Dark Hero. There you go. Dark Hero. That's the name of the costume. But it's essentially Black Panther, which is kind of cool. Really neat. And then Marduk has a suave gentleman kind of classy costume, which is kind of weird, but yeah, it's neat. He kind of reminds me of I forgot his name from Seven Sins, but I think he's Escanor or something like that. But yeah, he's the sin of pride or whatever. But yeah, anyway, so he's the big buff mustache man. But anyway, and
don't worry, kids. Marduk is big.
He's pretty big. I don't think he's big as Gigas, but he's still pretty big.
Or as big as Abigail.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't seen Marduk and other characters side by side yet, so I can't really comment on how exactly massive he is in comparison. But
well, when you look at past games, he's freaking huge.
He is huge, but now we have Gigas, so Gigas is he's
Gigas
wide.
And Jax.
Yeah, and there's Jax is always big, so I mean, it's not big of a surprise. But yeah, otherwise, it's good to see those two back, and then Julia Chang is coming, and Negan eventually.
Which again, he looks almost done, but not really, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because his model seems to be early.
Yep.
Yeah, because like if you look at his smile and stuff like that, it's still kind of funny looking. So maybe they'll work on that. Hopefully, and get that fixed up.
It's like how out of his mouth. It's
But I think it is what's his name, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, that's still voicing him too. So I mean, it sounds slightly different. I mean, you have a different voice direction, so it's not gonna be exactly the same as Negan from the actual Walking Dead. But it's still like kind of close. It's close enough for Negan in Tekken, so it's still pretty cool.
Which Negan should have been in Mortal Kombat. But...
Yeah, I feel like he definitely fits more in like Mortal Kombat or something. But again, he's just a dude with a bat. But I mean, whatever, it happens. So
he's Majima.
He's a quote unquote American Majima, even though Majima is a completely different character. First off, his signature weapon is a fucking knife. Okay, let's get that straight. I mean, yeah, he's a bat in Zero, but later on, he's the knife man. So
yeah, he uses a knife. He break dances.
Yeah, he's like capoeira, like goes all over the place. He like jumps around, like slashing people. Like Negan doesn't do that. Negan's just a dude with a bat.
Okay, then Negan is Frank West.
Yeah, but even then, it's like which comes to my next point. It's like I was expecting some sort of like zombie thing coming, like him throwing. Yeah. I was expecting him like letting a zombie come through, and then the zombie will attack the opponent, or whatever, which would have been nice to see Negan having some sort of like ranged attack. But he's just just a dude with a bat that's got barbed wire on it.
So you pretty much thought that, or wanted Negan to be like Jill from MC2.
Yeah, exactly. Like have Negan just be like like step off to the side, and then the zombie like like running or whatever, and then tackle the opponent or bite the opponent, whatever, and they can, or just hold them down and be like and have your bat ready to like do some combos or whatever. That would have been kind of cool, but and it's not like it's gonna be overpowered because you can just sidestep it, right? So that's like the balance. But no,
unless you EX it or something.
If he had a bar, sure. Again with like what's her face? Eliza does, Akuma does, and also what's his face? Geese. Yeah, Geese. yeah. I mean, Negan's never been in a fighting game, so fuck it. But give him a bar if you want to. But like, I don't know. I think it's just funny altogether that his bat just has this like dark aura thing. If you saw it in the trailer.
Because she's a vampire bat.
Vampire bat. Oh, Lucio's a vampire bat. Yeah, it's still funny though. I mean, I'll still try him out. I'll see how he plays. I mean, he's a dude with a bat though. Like, he's a dude with a bat. I mean, how do you feel overall about Negan now that his gameplay has been revealed?
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
it's like, oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Wish it was someone else. Majima.
Majima or Kiryu, dude. That would have been cool.
Or Sagata.
Sagata? Yeah. Sagata would have been cool. We got another Karate Man in our game, but sure. Like, Kumo has a gi on, and then Geese has his half gi thing on, or hakama or whatever, and then fucking Heihachi has his gi on, and then Kazi has his gi pants on. You know how that goes, right? Because people love their gis. But anyway, Sagata would have been cool. I mean, like, another thing is that we got Noctis, who could have been in Soul Calibur. So that could have been also Kiryu's spot or Majima's spot. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird that they chose these characters, but whatever. I mean, Final Fantasy is popular, and also Walking Dead is popular in Japan as well. So they love their American shows. So I guess I guess that's why it happened. Whatever, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see if there's a season 3, and I hope by season 3 they realize, hey, I think they want some Yakuza characters in there. Let's choose one at least. So I would be happy with either one, although leaning more towards Kiryu, because I feel like Kiryu really can shine in like a game like Tekken or something, and then Majima would probably be cooler in like Soul Calibur, because like, you know, he's got the knife and stuff and can go dance around and stuff like that, and especially with Soul Calibur 6's movement, I feel like it would fit Majima better, because you can like dash around and like sidestep really fucking fast. So I think Majima would benefit from that. Meanwhile, you know, Kiryu doesn't have to worry about movement in a game like Tekken, and then he could just be like that power type character, so the hard hitter and stuff. So
I mean, again, like if they do bring one of them from the Yakuza game, they could do a lot of good story, you know, tie-ins, just like how Kuma is now part of Tekken lore.
Yeah. I mean, somehow, right? I mean, that would be really neat. And Noctis is somehow connected with Lars because they both have phones, which is funny.
Like I can see either Jin or Kazuya, you know, tapping on Kiryu or Majima to, you know, just do a hit.
Yeah.
So it's like, so Harada, if you're listening to this, we're giving you ideas.
Yeah. Come on, man. You gotta listen up, man. The people want freaking Yakuza characters in there, so pick one or whatever. Yeah.
Or pick both.
Pick both? Yeah, that'd be cool. 2 guest characters.
I wouldn't mind if you know, you bring in Kiryu, but then there's a Majima costume, but there's a slight, you know, move difference.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like a premium costume sort of thing where it actually changes some of the moves too. That'd be cool. Or you know, it'd be funny if Eddie Gordo gets like a Majima skin or something. That'd be funny. You know, because he uses capoeira, so I mean that would be a pretty funny little tie-in or whatever.
Yeah, a little nod.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, overall though, season 2, you know, it's all revealed now, so it's pretty cool overall. You know, we get to see a good amount of returning characters. Now we have Lei, Anna, Armor King, Marduk, Julie Chang returning, and then now we have Negan coming. So cool. Hopefully, Julia and Negan come soon enough. So I want to try definitely. I want to try Negan definitely. At some point, I want to try Marduk as well, just to lab him just a little bit, just to see how he is. And so yeah, good stuff from Namco though. When it comes to character reveals and stuff. And that was revealed all at the Tekken World Tour, which was won by a panda player named Rangchu from Korea. So good on you playing the bear and winning with the bear for this time's World Tour. And not to mention, I think he beat the last year's champion, Kudons, with his Devil Jin. So dang. So even with that, you know, he beat Devil Jin with a bear. So yeah.
I see Devil Jin did not spam the beams enough. I know how this works, right? That's why you win tournaments.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, right? Yeah. Yeah. So Namco, they wrapped their World Tour is over for now, and we'll see the rest of the characters coming for next year, and we'll see how the tournaments go too. So it'll be exciting to see. Hopefully we see Marduk, Armor King, because I know JDCR, who's, you know, one of the big Tekken players from Korea, played Armor King. So hopefully he'll make him work. as part of his little at least his pocket or something. But otherwise, hopefully we get to see some of those characters. Maybe I don't know if Negan's gonna make it in there as a tournament character because no one plays Noctis. I don't see Noctis as in like top 8s or top 16s. Really, otherwise, like it's just the veterans for now, like Jack, Kasumi, and Asuka's making it in there too, and so on and so forth. So, but yeah. Anyways, I think we can move on from that. Now we're gonna go into lore more on the lore side of things. So, let me just bring up Sony here as we're gonna talk about their new policies on censorship. So, I'm trying to see if there's some sort of like statement or something, but okay. So this is something from Morita said. About the censorship, we try to meet global standards, and he also said, regarding to the balance of the freedom of expression and safety for children, it's a tough problem to deal with. So,
yeah, but again, Sony, it's not really your fault. It's the parents that allows the child to play these games.
Yeah,
and
it's just like
the parents do blame the company for making these games. Then you just stare at the parents, going like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the SRB is just not enough, isn't it? But it's just like, it's just like the blame game and like pointing fingers at the other person and then like not taking responsibility themselves, and like they just don't want to take the blame for it. They don't want to take responsibility for it. There's they don't want to work for it. They want to take the easy way out. It's just to blame someone else for it. And then now, like, the company's like, oh, well, we're gonna, have to, go through some changes, I guess. And that's, like, one of the things why, I'm guessing they're going through this kind of change, which is to pretty much, like, be more harsh on certain games, like Senran Kagura, and also, like, one of the canceled games, like Omega Elaborate Z. That was coming to the West, but now it isn't because just because it has like more like sexual themes and stuff like that. Let me see if there's anything on this link here.
And this is all because the Sony's office moved, right, to Cali or something.
They moved their offices to Cali, but I don't know if that's like the reason. If
it might be one of the reasons, because now it's under quote unquote US control to the censoring ship passing.
Yeah, yeah,
because back in Japan it kind of went like, okay, graph some nudity, just put a rated M on it, okay, next.
Right, yeah, it could be part of it, but I definitely think it's not like the main or big chunk of it, but either way, like, yeah, whenever games try to come to the West, probably that office is gonna look at it as like, okay, are we really gonna let this through, or we're gonna have to like, tell them, hey, we need to like, censor this part and that part, and like, and have them, come back to them and stuff like that, and try to see if they can make changes to it, because, that's pretty much what I think that's what happened with Senran Kagura, because they had to take out one of the quote unquote essential parts of the game, which is to just look at the 3D models of whatever character, and then like you can do whatever you want with them, whether just to poke at their assets or or whatever you do in the past, right? But now for the Sony or the PS4 version, that's all gone. But meanwhile, it says here like the PC version, the PS Vita, which is weird, and also the Switch versions have been released uncensored. So it's like, why is that? You know what I mean? But I guess it's just they also want to be a little harsh on other games as well, because like it even mentions like Red Dead Redemption, David Cage games. Oh no, never mind. It says Western games made with gratuitous sexual themes like Red Dead Redemption or Sony's various David Cage games seemingly remain outside its new policy. So I guess right now it's just Japanese games because it's just definitely highlights Japanese developers and stuff like that. So or Japanese made games in general. So we're definitely not gonna see, Dear Life Beach Volleyball or whatever, because that's never been released to the West, only in Japan, and but now with this new policy, that's definitely not gonna happen. And then plus, even if it does, like, it's gonna be heavily censored anyways. So there's really no point to it. So if you really want to get your, get those kind of games, just get it on Steam, get it somewhere else or the Switch or something, because Nintendo don't care about that because they want to be more open, just like how they open up their YouTube policies and stuff like that, or content creation, sharing policies and stuff like that. So. Again, the roles have kind of been reversed, seems like. So Sony wants to be more family-friendly now. Meanwhile, Nintendo's just more open. But I feel like, again, like, people need to just really, like, ignore the vocal minority and just let people express themselves. And if people are offended, it's just, okay, well, oh, well, they don't like it. It's just move on. You can move on with it.
Don't play it.
Don't play it, or just ignore them. Just let them not like let haters hate, and just pay attention to the people who actually like that kind of stuff. So like we talked about this like over time, like myself, Intergamma, and Josh, whenever they were on, and these recent times now, definitely, censorship is becoming like more and more of a prominent thing, just because like more and more people want to live in a more of like a piece, like it's just this PC type of like sort of utopia type of thing, because they want to be clean, they want to be sterile or something, they want to just be positive or whatever. I don't know what their reason is exactly, but that's what it really seems like to me. And along with it, though, you're taking away people's way of expressing things. You can't, you're not allowing people to freely express, the art of whatever is that's around us. Like violence, conflicting opinions or beliefs and stuff like that, and like a lot of things that you see in movies too, like superhero movies and stuff like that. Like whenever they fight bad guys or whatever, they the bad guy believes in this kind of belief, and then but obviously it's like pretty controversial, so like, ooh, we don't want to see that in our movies because children are going to be influenced by that or whatever. But
it's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, like but it's your job to tell them that this is just an art, this is just like an expression, this is just how people write their stories and stuff like that, and this is just tell them like this is just a story, so learn from it and don't be like the bad guy, essentially. But they just don't want them to see it, period, because I don't know, it's just like, it seems like they're just being it's not in my place to say it too, even though, because I'm not a parent just yet, but it just seems like parents just don't want to do too much work or something. I don't know. Whatever reason is, just like they don't want to want their children to be exposed to like all these like topics that are remotely controversial and stuff like that. But the thing is like we talked about it again, but kids have to be exposed to some of these things, or a lot of these things too, because that's the reason why we go back on history and look back on World War II and World War I and all these like wars and stuff like that, especially the Civil War too, like just so that we can learn from it and not do these things. But at the same time, it's like it's okay to express that kind of like that side of humans and stuff like that, and this part of history, and make a movie out of it, or a video game out of it, or an art piece out of it. And it's okay to see that kind of thing. It's okay for kids to see that kind of thing. They're smart enough to be like, okay, let's not do this, but let's take in it as like as a part of our expression. It's an art. It's a piece of art. Just let it be. Just let it. you know, just let it be, let it hang on the wall. You know what I mean? No, don't take it down. You know, that person worked hard for it, or on it, and people, it's all, let people express themselves, and people let people write their stories, of course, with their novels and stuff like that, because there's a lot of like controversial novels and a lot of stories about murders and mysteries and just like like magic with rape scenes or whatever. I don't know. So like, yeah. And we talked about like Goblin Slayer here and there and stuff like that. So it's like, like, I don't know. It's just people have to be exposed to that kind of stuff, and people have to be exposed to like subjects of like bullying and stuff like that too, because like we have to let them know that the world's not a perfect place, and if children are one day exposed to that, it's like, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna react to it? How are they gonna handle that? And if you don't teach these things to kids, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle themselves. They're not gonna be independent. They're just gonna resort to their parents or whatever. Just gonna or they're just gonna be a part of the consequence. And the parents will have to pay for it. And I know, and of course there's gonna be like there's that subject of like mass shootings and whatever, blah blah blah, and then comes all the stuff that's connected with guns and stuff like that, including video games and blah blah blah. It's just, again, it's just a form of expression. That's just how it is in a human world. And just I don't know. It's gonna, at this point, it's a little hard to explain further, but just let it be. So let art be art. Let people express themselves, and if you don't like it, just don't fucking pay attention to it. That's all there is to it. Don't let it ruin it for someone else. And someday, if things keep going like this, everything's gonna suck. All the movies gonna suck. All the songs are all the music is gonna suck. All the novels gonna suck, and it's just because you minority, a couple few guys just say, we don't like this. We don't want our children to see, hear, or taste this evil or whatever you guys call it. It's just, and you'll see why, like this whole mindset is making things not as fun anymore, or not as expressive, or not as interesting. It's because like this is how stories are. It's all about characters overcoming some sort of like evil or conflict or something. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just it's gonna make those stories really dull. It's gonna make all that everything around us dull, and we're not gonna be able to like one day know what to do when certain things just pop up as a whole. So it's like it's really gonna put us humans in this bubble. So it's like, if you guys watch the movie like Bubble Boy or something, that's gonna be like that. It's gonna be how it is. And how have you watched Bubble Boy, Zawarudo?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand the reference.
Yeah. So like it like the mom in that movie is like, that's all the PC and like the SJWs and all those like people that get offended so easily. It's like, no, don't it's okay. I forgot his name, but he's like, oh no, it's okay. You don't have to pay attention to that, and you're safe with me, and blah blah blah. And like, and how like the main character is like, no, I want to go see the world. I want to see how it is and stuff like that. I want to learn all about the world and stuff like that myself, and I want to like break the bubble essentially. So it's like, yeah. So just let things be. That's all I gotta say. So sorry. Do you want to say anything about this whole thing, like these censorship policies and stuff like that?
In one word. Stupid.
Yeah. It's actually absolutely stupid. I mean, we still have some cool stuff today, but it's definitely like noticeably affecting like a number of things, and we're soon gonna have like movies that don't have cussing at all, which is like not gonna be as interesting, and then we're probably gonna have like no blood at all, and like again, if this all keeps up, that is. But I think like, you know, for the most part, some entities or some companies or whatever are not necessarily like entirely ignoring it, but they're like, yeah, it's gonna just go with the flow. We're just gonna do what we do, and people are gonna hate on it, but whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I think they're doing a good job on that. But it's just like some companies, man, they're just like Sony, like, come on, man. Like, it's not like, I mean, although it's not that I necessarily buy these games, but I'm all about, you know, freely expressing things and entertainment, and games are included, and these sexual themes is all part of expression anyway. It's like, you know, and it definitely leads into the whole thing with the whole like debacle with Tumblr right now, because they're doing the same thing too, essentially, because they're about to, you know, take away all the quote unquote like pornographic or sexual themes on their website. So I'll let you take it from there. So what did you find out about Tumblr in their new policy?
What haven't we heard from Tumblr? Holy God, they are shooting their foot in their. They're shooting their foot really hard with their new policy. Let me try to pull it up.
They're shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah.
Yeah. So Tumblr is going to ban all adult content on December 17th, everyone. So you know, sorry, no, and that's kind of like, even like, not safe for work. You know, like, you know, there are those artists that would draw safe for work content, and they're like wearing, you know, just wearing normal clothes, but they're in that position.
Right.
But it's safe for work because they're not exposing anything. But still, Tumblr, I don't know what bot they're programming. It's just having a field day.
Yeah.
Like, I think I posted some like earlier before the podcast started that why is that why is that flagged, and also like the Tumblr staff posts explaining about what Tumblr is doing, even that got flagged. And it's like, wow, you guys really don't know how to work your bots, do you?
Right. And as I read this too, like the ban includes explicit sexual content and nudity with a few exceptions that the company tells The Verge, which is the article that they're interviewing from. It says that the new policy's announcement comes just days after Tumblr was removed from Apple's iOS App Store over a child pornography incident, but it extends far beyond that matter alone. Here's a quote: "Adult content will no longer be allowed here," end quote, as the company flatly stated. So, it seems like it was just like, it comes down to Tumblr not being on the ball when it comes to like filtering programs and stuff like that, or just filtering features. Yeah.
But then now, again, with the bot that they have right now, apparently the filter is working, but it's working really stupidly.
Yeah, it's not. So pretty much it's not working in a way. Like,
yeah,
it's like
it's working, just not the way that we wanted it to. Because apparently, like, even if, okay, let's just say me and Hawk here are holding hands in public. That will be flagged. We're not doing anything sexual. We're just holding hands, but that will be flagged.
Right.
For some odd reason.
Right. Yeah, so there was that meme where like there was like, it was like a cartoon or something, and like
it was it's an anime, and it's an anime that people should not watch.
Right.
Let me tell you this.
But but you know, everyone's getting like some stamp on their head, and then like but over that it's like it's just like
Oh, that one. Okay, that one you're talking about is Chowder. I thought you were talking about the anime where it's like two characters just holding hands and it gets all blurred.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm talking about Chowder. There you go.
Yeah, Chowder is the one that you're talking about with the stamp.
Yeah, everyone's like heads are getting stamped, and they're getting like the flag. Everyone's getting the flag or whatever, which is like really funny. So it's like everything's getting flagged or whatever, just like Zawarudo was pointing out. So, but yeah, it's just again like this whole like censoring thing is like it's going too far. It's going too much.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand. Like, to me, like this whole thing is just the easy way out. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. That's what I'm kind of trying to hint at with like parents. They just want the easy way out too. Like they don't want to like take all the responsibility. They don't want to like go through the stress, quote unquote, of like taking responsibility, taking the blame, doing doing things the right way. They don't want to. Seems like they don't want to deal with that, and now they want to just like blame it on someone else and make them do something about it. Meanwhile, you can just sit back and be like, oh, my child's gonna be safe. Oh joy or whatever. So
my son saw a nipple on this site.
Yeah.
What site was that? Pornhub. Why is he on there? I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
But you guys should not have this site up because my son is only 5 years old. Again, how is he?
Yeah. That's how like pretty much it starts with games like Call of Duty or something. Like it's like what? Oh, like parents are letting these kids bind their games, but they're not fully aware.
Looking at it.
They're not looking at it, and they're not fully aware that they're buying Call of Duty, and then whenever parents walk in and they see like blood and all this like fucking violence or whatever, and just be like, oh my god, like what? Why are you playing this game? It's like,
Timmy, why are you doing that?
Yeah, and then
you bought this for me, Mom.
Like what? What? I'm gonna call the company and tell them to stop making these games because my children are playing them or whatever. It's just like,
Timmy, where did you learn that word? Playing Call of Duty?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's, the community around it too. It's like that's they take part of that too as like, oh, they shouldn't play this game because they hear all these words and stuff, or I don't know. It's just,
I mean, it's just like that quote from I think it was Meet the Fockers.
Right.
Kids are like, their brains are like sponge. They'll absorb everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, if parents don't look out what they're like being exposed to, or if you don't tell them properly, like this happens because of this, and so it's your and you gotta teach them like whether it's the right choice or not. It's all in your it's the power
It's all on the parents.
It's all on the parents, and you gotta tell them like whether you choose to do this or not, the choice is yours, but just know these consequences and stuff like that. It's like that's how it pretty much should go. Make them understand like the choices they make and stuff like that. But again, they don't want to deal with all the stress of like
they want someone else to do it for them, so they don't have to do it.
Right. And maybe I feel like they want the internet. It's like they want the internet to be a part of their tool too, but of course they don't want the internet to be like
fully involved.
Fully involved, yeah, because it's got all this stuff in there that they don't like to see, or it's super explicit or whatever. It's just like, well, whose fault is that? That's your damn fault for letting the internet being exposed to your children, because that's why you come in the line and tell them that this and that is not okay at this time. So whenever you get older, then you can be independent and look at whatever you want, and whether you believe it or whether you take that as just just a part of like of how entertainment is, or what's reality, what's not reality. That's up to them. But again, like the parents have to be there to tell them this is this and that or whatever, and that's just, again, it's like what you said, they just want to take the easy way out, and they don't just and so they just want to tell the company to take it away from them, take it away, take that whatever away from them so that they don't see it or whatever. But
Yeah.
they just don't see the consequences of that too, because again, they're not gonna learn from it, because a lot of learning comes from mistakes. A lot of learning comes from negative things, and history will repeat itself if we don't look at the mistakes and learn from them, and keep that in mind and remember them. We don't learn from winning; we learn from losing. That's like another thing too, and that's why a lot of players like succeed if they think that way. And that's like a lot of what learning comes from too. Like just failure is such as important as winning, because winning, of course, is the result. It gives you, that satisfaction or whatever. But getting there is all about learning from failure, so that you don't do the things to get that failure again. And that's how you grow as a person. And that's why, like, people are able to succeed and stuff like that. But if the parents keep stepping in, they like take all this shit away. It's like they're not gonna see those things, and they're gonna bound to learn. They're gonna bound to do those mistakes again and stuff. And they're gonna be part of that story. So it could be like just whole irony thing. And again, the parents are gonna be responsible for all that again. It's like, well, that's all she wrote. So
yeah, like again, it's like if your child wants to know what's the difference between hot and cold, you can tell them, but it's better for them to learn, as you as you said, learn from mistakes.
Yeah.
Mom, what's this? What's that? That's called the stove. Okay, hot. What did we learn?
Don't touch.
It's hot.
It's
Good.
hot. Don't touch the stove. Yeah.
You want to touch it again? No. Good.
Yeah, like it's like just things like that. Again, it's like a really good learning tool. It hurts, yes, but that's how you're gonna have to learn anyway. And that's why we have things called scars. So we look at them and be like, yeah, I remember that. And I'll remember not to do that again. So, yeah.
I have a scar. Well, it's more of there's a dent in the wall for saying something that shouldn't have said. That's
for another story. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, we're just trying to, not preach, but get across is that don't what is it? Don't take the easy way out. Learn from it, guys. Come on. Okay. And take the blame. Does not make you less of a man or woman.
Yeah. Don't be insecure about it. A lot of insecurity is a strong thing today. And that needs to be looked at. That needs to be in check. And we need to learn to just learn, just see that as a mistake and learn from it, blah blah blah. So I mean, go on.
Yeah, and if you guys are creating, like a site like Tumblr, and you guys have bots running around to make sure it is quote unquote clean, but also following policy, don't make it go Skynet and start flagging everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
If you're gonna, yeah, of course, it's always, if you're gonna do it right too. So yeah.
But yeah, like everyone, if you have kids or you're planning to have kids, we just ask you just teach them right. Give at least 16 years of your life to teach your child right from wrong, hot, cold, basic what's the word? Not basic instinct. Ooh, that word is fleeting my mind. common sense. There we go.
Common sense. There you go. That's
Basic common sense.
That's important. Absolutely.
And then, you know, like, and once your child hits 18,
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
Right.
You did your part as a parent. You sacrificed, you know, 16, 18 years of your life to teach your child.
Right.
And once they go, and 18 is pretty much that age they're supposed to go out and venture into the world.
Right. Don't let the iPad do the teaching. You have to do the teaching too. You know. I mean, it could be there for a source of entertainment, but don't let that be the source of parenting.
Or a source of like, I see some parents now, they use it as a babysitter.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just like, it's, you know, it's too much. It's too much. Absolutely. I remember, like, a long time ago, like, I was just waiting at the airport to go to one of my trips for Japan, and I see like a parent just sitting there, and then he had two kids, and they're just like fucking fighting over so much for a fucking iPad, and a parent was like doing jack shit about it. It's like not even like doing anything, and they're just like keep fighting and fighting and fighting and like rustling and wrestling and roughhousing, whatever. Just like, it was like getting out of control. I'm like, dude, this is gonna like escalate to something else if he doesn't do anything about it. But luckily, they got tired or something and they just stopped. But Jesus Christ, dude, over a fucking iPad, man, it was like they were like kicking and like fucking almost screaming too. So, you know, it really shows you what kind of parenting kind of happens, you know, around these times. And you know, again, like, you know, it's our job to like be there physically to tell them what's what and what's hot and what's cold and what's, you know, good and bad and what's painful and pleasurable, I guess. But, you know, again, it's just don't you gotta do your part, man. Oh, hello.
Yo, we motherfuckers jerking off in here?
We're recording, actually.
You're recording?
Yeah, we're doing a
Whoa! We're doing a fucking podcast.
Holy shit! We have a surprise appearance. we're talking about censorship and shit. So you came in on the right time, bro.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It's shit.
There you go.
Communism. Fuck you. All right. There you go. There's my 2 cents.
Okay, then let me ask you this: did you save all your images from Tumblr?
From Tumblr?
Yep.
Dude, I haven't gone on Tumblr in like fucking 3 years.
Well,
okay,
if you want
all your, need to worry about it.
If you want all your fat material from there, you better get it now because they're flagging all that shit.
Yep. But again, now where these artists are gonna post, you know, to express themselves.
Right.
DeviantArt.
That's what I said earlier before the podcast.
But I countered with that's only for Sonic OCs and stuff.
True.
Yeah, man.
Well, I mean, Twitter's a good spot too. There's a lot of porn on Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter. They call it again? Pivx? Pivx. And apparently
or Pixiv.
Newgrounds is saying, hey guys, come to us, we're still alive. We allowed everything and anything.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a big talk over there. This whole like censorship thing and parenting and blah blah blah. You know, we talked about it when you were on too, like in our earlier episodes and stuff like that, about that whole like censorship thing and people being offended and blah 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 and stuff. So because Sony's doing the whole same thing too, and they're like really serious about that whole like censorship now. Like it's to the point where they actually like set a policy on that, you know. So now we're for sure like getting some certain games like butchered just because they have these like sexual themes or whatever, especially for Japanese games. So again, it's like taking away a lot of that expression of like being able to you know go into certain themes, but you can't because it's now within these guidelines or not within these guidelines, and you're gonna, you know, put a censor bar or something, or just cut it out altogether. So it's like, you know, for both Sony and Tumblr, it's going too far.
You know, it's funny to me because it's like, I remember this is what Nintendo used to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is what Nintendo was.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have characters like Bayonetta under their wing. They got fucking Xenoblade Chronicles 2. If you've seen those character designs, holy shit.
Yeah, Twin Tail in ARMS.
Yeah, and well, not to mention, too, they got fucking porn games on their fucking...
Your eShop.
eShop.
Like Shenron Kagura. It's funny enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's hilarious that Sony's now the one that doesn't that censors all this shit. Because I think they were the ones.
Yeah, it's a whole like role reversal now.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo, the family friendly fucking shit, is the one that's like, yeah, bring it in, bring the titties, bring the buttholes and the pussies and whatever. Fuck it, dude. Who cares?
Yeah.
Kids like that shit. Fuck it. Hell yeah, man. Give us money.
Yeah, they're being
parents' credit card and buy porn, kids.
Not to mention, you know, not to mention, we talked about this earlier, but now they're allowing YouTubers and streamers to monetize their content that were involved with Nintendo gaming content now. So that's like them opening up even more. So it's like, you know, now it's a great time to be a Nintendo fan or whatever because of all these things, especially with Smash Ultimate coming up, and now people can freely express themselves on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, as long as they're using official material. But on the other side, you know, we have companies like Sony and Tumblr just kind of taking the easy way out, and they just want to just censor all this shit. So it's like now they're the fucking tightly knit fucking, you know, family friendly quote unquote company or whatever, and it's like they're taking a huge hit for it too.
Tumblr doesn't surprise me. Tumblr is... There's a reason why I don't go on that website anymore, because it's just riddled with fucking SJW trash. So, doesn't surprise me that they're censoring porn. Well, it doesn't, right?
Right.
Because I know some of them believe that the pornography and all that shit's acceptable. That's fine, you know? I've never really heard any of them say anything about that. I've only heard them say that regarding video games, and if like a man drew it, you know what I mean? Right. Like they're exploiting fucking a woman's body, yada yada yada, that sort of shit. So maybe that's what it is. I don't fucking know. It's stupid. Tumblr sucks.
Right.
That's such a shame. Yeah,
and it's funny because like a lot of artists today are female. That draw all these like, you know, all the sexy like innocent or not safe for work kind of artwork. A lot of those artists are women, and they draw all those like big boobies and big booty and thighs and whatever the fuck, right? And just that's you know, it's like, so where are you gonna go off from there? You just do not look like don't like to look at the female body being drawn in this matter or something or are you just being insecure about it? That your body doesn't look that way, so you just want to make that artist feel bad about it or something. I don't know. Like that's just, I don't know. It's just
insecurities. That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah, it probably is. You know, it's insecurity, and we did open up on that too. Like, you know, a lot of parents are insecure about it, and they just don't want to take the blame for it, or they want to take the easy way out. They don't want to deal with the stress, and they don't want to go through all the hardships as a parent, and that's why, you know, a lot of these kids or a lot of people will be in a bubble essentially. And
I mean, you could do what my dad did, where he's like, "Son, I think it's time. There's vaginas and there's dicks. Use a condom. That's all. That's all. Go on, son." That's all he did. It's easy. That's all you do. You want to fuck some pussy? Hey, dudes, you want to fuck some pussies? At least wear a rubber. Fucking, you know, deal with the pregnancy shit and the fucking STDs and all that nasty shit. You know what I mean? Unless you want to raw dog it, then risk the chances of all that happening, and then, well, that's your decision.
Yeah, we mentioned that too. It's like you know, let them make the choice. It's, you know, you have to
let them experiment.
Right. Yeah, that's all part of growing up, is to experiment, let them, you know, learn from mistakes, which is an important part of life. You know, a lot of negativity is something we learn from too, and that's why, you know, like I said before you came in here, that we look back on history, we look back on wars, we look back on all these conflicts, we look back on these all these dark times, so that we learn from them and we don't do these things again, and we don't repeat history. You know, so that's why we go through all this in the first place, so that, you know, we actually learn from it. We don't learn from winning. We learn from losing, essentially, a lot of times. So.
Oh yeah. I think most successful people have lost multiple times before they became successful.
Exactly.
I've heard Will Smith say that. I think too, as far as censorship goes, I feel censorship's a horrible thing just in general, because I feel the closer we get to whenever something gets censored, there's like that lingering fear of censorship, like something else is going to get censored, and when things just keep getting censored and censored, that's just a means to control the masses. Because at that point, it's like, okay, well, we can't do this anymore. We can't do this shit anymore, because it's like, oh well, it's bad. And then you look at porn, for example. You censor porn, then you're going to create a future generation of people who are not sure what that is. You know, not sure what sex is. They're not sure what you know, a naked body is. You know, they'll be scared about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. They'll be scared to express that. And I think that's bad. I think when you start censoring human expression, I think that's when society starts truly failing.
Absolutely.
Or a society.
Right.
Should I say? But yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all we can say is just let's see what happens, and good luck, Tumblr.
Yeah. Don't come crying to us if
it doesn't work out.
Yep.
Yep. Unfortunately, you know, two companies are kind of taking the censorship route for now, but at least we know one company will make it through and one will not. Pretty much. But we'll see. We'll definitely see what happens.
May the odds be in ever their favor.
May their odds be in their favor. But we know whose odds are not in their favor, and we're gonna go into the miscellaneous talk for a little bit, and that's GameStop. GameStop, as we all kind of know, it's been going down in a spiral, spiraling downward. So, as you know, as time passed on, the digital games kind of started picking up, and kind of physical games are kind of at a stagnating point now at this point, because digital distribution has proven improved massively, especially with what the PlayStation Store's been doing, what the Microsoft Store's been doing, what Steam's been doing, especially, and also the eShop's been doing too now. So,
dude, let me tell you something. I don't want to put you off, but like, I want to tell you something about Nintendo eShop, and I didn't know this. I pre-order Smash digitally. I'm a part of the problem. But I didn't know this.
Right.
So I've never pre-ordered a game off the eShop before. But you fucking fully download the goddamn game and just wait till the game releases. That is fucking good. That is good. Good on you, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Sony doesn't do that. They only make you sometimes download a portion of the game.
Yeah, you can pre-download it, and then you have to still download it when it's out. So.
Yeah.
But with Nintendo, yeah, you are able to download it fully, but it's locked until whatever time zone or whatever is released or whatever. So
yeah,
it definitely good on Nintendo. I love what they're doing, and it's just a matter of when. It's kind of still on a gray line. Like I don't know exactly when it's gonna come out. At one time, but hopefully it's around 9 o'clock my time for Thursday night. But again, we'll have to see.
Imagine I will.
Yeah, cause it's midnight for sure for East Coast on Thursday night, so or essentially Friday morning, and so that means if that's true, it's gonna be 9 o'clock my time, and then for Hawaiian time that's 7. Is it?
Yeah, 7.
Okay, so 2 hours. 2 hours off. So, so yeah. But anyways, back onto GameStop. Because of all those things that we just talked about, you know, stuff being just buying stuff digitally is such a smooth experience now. GameStop is taking a hard hit. So, you know, over the years they try to sell other things like smartphones and just like iPads and stuff like that, or just tablets in general, or just sell like used phones or used devices and stuff like that when it comes to smart devices. But you know, it worked for a while, but again, it's just like they're just not hitting so well, you know, along with these digital games nowadays. And back in their day, they used to rely on used games a lot because that's how they make use the most profit out of, because that's essentially their product, so they can get most of the revenue out of each game. And whenever they actually sell like a brand new game from whatever company, they only get a percentage out of it because that's not fully their game. But whenever people sell their game back or trade it back in, now it's their game, and then they can sell it and they can get most of the profit out of it, and that's how they make money. But now, because of people buying more and more digital games nowadays, because what we said before, they're losing numbers. So, you know, it seems like GameStop is starting to see the beginning of their end from all the articles I've been reading. So,
you know, there's this article on Reddit that I read the other day,
right?
That actually was really depressing to me.
Yeah,
where this guy, GameStop employee, essentially, I mean, it's kind of like it goes along with what this is, and it sort of doesn't. But the GameStop employee was essentially saying that there's these 2 kids that came into a store, and they, instead of looking at games and shit, and they didn't look at any games, they didn't give a fuck, they walked up, and the first thing they asked him, "Can I buy some COD points?" Yeah. Can I buy some COD points?
Damn.
And he said in the article as well that commonly nowadays at GameStop, you're going to be selling kids V-Bucks. And then you have to explain to their parents what V-Bucks are and how that microtransaction works. And he's going on talking about how, because he was like kind of dumbfounded, like, COD points, huh? Interesting. It's like, not V-Bucks? And he basically said that the kids went into this big fucking, this whole point of fucking why COD points are worth the investment than V-Bucks. And he said it was really well thought out. And he said these kids had to have been like 12 or 13 years old.
Oh my God.
And it's sad. Like that's what games are now, is brainwashing kids to fucking or the newer generation of kids are just being brainwashed to fucking spend money on microtransactions.
Yeah.
And I think that's also a problem too, regarding the GameStop thing, is like kids nowadays are being conditioned to believe that microtransactions are the way to play games.
Yeah, that it's part of the norm.
Yeah, it's part of the norm. They don't know any better.
Right.
And so in their mind, when they get older, they're going to be like, oh, I still want to spend microtransactions because in my head, that's a worthy investment. Yeah. And it's like, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because then it's just, I think that's just also a downfall of the gaming industry, is that, and I think that's why the government's also trying to ban loot boxes. Partially, but I think partially it's more so EA needs to stop doing that shit, because we all know EA is EA.
Right.
But I don't know. I just think it's kind of fucked up that it's like it's come down to that too. Like when you go to GameStop, like kids are asking for V-Bucks and COD points and shit.
So
they're not asking for games.
Just to clarify things, what is V-Bucks or whatever?
V-Bucks? Oh, that's the microtransactions for Fortnite.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense. Okay, but yeah, essentially, like it's like in-game or microtransaction kind of currency just to open boxes and stuff like that, right?
Well, it's to buy. Well, they don't do loot boxes in Fortnite. They do.
Oh, they just buy costs,
skins,
and like dances and stuff, right? Is that what it is?
Skins, emotes, and picks and shit. Whatever the fuck. Yeah, it's. Yeah, people spend so much money on that shit. It's ridiculous. And most of them are kids.
Right. Yeah.
Taking their mommy's credit cards and buying V-Bucks. And it's ridiculous, man. And COD points, too, like, honestly, that's one thing I just don't like about... That's one thing I can bitch about with fucking Black Ops 4, is the microtransactions. Yeah, granted, you can fucking work your way to get a lot of that shit, but I don't know. I don't like microtransactions. I think they suck.
Right.
That's a different discussion. But yeah, that's just what it is now. People don't go, like, it's not even that people don't fucking buy games physically. It's the fact they don't buy games, period. They're going in there to buy fucking microtransactions.
That's,
you know?
Yeah, again, that's all part of like the digital like media and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all digital. So and that's why they're losing out on all that. It's because, you know, GameStop is not adapting to the times, so they just want to keep selling all these physical games, but they don't want to, you know, that those times are like kind of coming to an end, seems like, or kind of at least kind of dying. So the only thing left surviving essentially is those mom and pop shops, excuse me, because they do something else besides that, because, you know, not only they sell games and stuff, but they also repair consoles, which, you know, or just repair stuff in general, which people kind of need to do, because, you know, that's how they game in the first place. So, you know, that's kind of how they kind of keep themselves afloat too. But even with that, it is still hard to like kind of keep up with the times, just because how, you know, this is how it is. Just everything's all in the digital store. You know, you can buy your COD points or your V-Bucks or whatever in the digital store as well. I'm pretty sure freaking the eShop and PSN, the PlayStation Store, offers all that too, just right there. Like, it's so easy. It's so like.
I think GameStop does do digital purchases,
but they don't.
I think,
but they don't.
It's not as accessible.
Yeah,
I think, as going to the Sony store or PlayStation, whatever the fuck, Microsoft Store, or fucking eShop or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can just get it then there, fucking pre-download, yada yada yada. You know, so. I don't know, like, yeah, I've foreseen GameStop is gonna fucking hit the fan, or shit's gonna hit the fan for them sooner or later, because of the way that digital shit's been going, and just the way the gaming industry has been going in general. They don't really cater to GameStop anymore,
right?
Because literally, like, all GameStop is now is just a fucking a place you could physically go to buy microtransactions.
Yeah.
Imagine that. So I don't know. I mean, it's sad, but it's also not sad, because I personally fucking hate GameStop. So fuck you. You piss off already.
Yeah.
But so I don't know.
It sucks for the people who, you know, the honest workers that work there and stuff, but it is like, it's kind of bittersweet in a way too, because I do also hate GameStop. I've grown to hate it over time too, because the way they handle their employees, and like the way they just do their games and stuff, and like, or their products and stuff, and just the way that their business practice in general. So it's like, of course I'm gonna don't like them either, and like and the way they do things, it seems like, you know, they're incompetent, and it still reflects today, and now they're paying for it essentially. So that's, you know, that's all them. They wrote themselves that contract to to go down in the trash bin. So essentially, and hit and, you know, essentially go into chapter 11, and that's pretty much it. So Zawarudo, did you say you used to work at GameStop, or you're like?
Yep.
Yeah. So,
used to.
So maybe you want to share or something?
I don't know, because I worked there back when I was in high school, so you know, like the change of policy is really different how I was when I was working, because I don't know, I still don't know if they still kept the old quota thing that we had to do back in the day.
Which was
I think when I was working, at least get 10 customers to pre-order a
right.
shift.
Call of Duty.
Right, because you need to like because you're on commission or whatever, right? So you have to like you have to like sell pre-orders or have them pre-order a certain number of games, you know, to meet that quota or whatever, right? So that way, because the gaming industry back then, they pushed GameStop to sell their games more, and in return, they also wanted them to like make rewards for pre-order. So like that's why you saw all these like ridiculous pre-order bonuses and like all these like all these like physical ones too. Like you get a little like some sort of toy or get like socks or some shit or some or whatever back in the day. But yeah, go on.
Like I'm trying to think what did. I mean, even back then, you know, there was kind of like that whole. GameStop's not really a good place to work, but you know, I mean, it's fun when you're young and stuff. It's like, oh wow, GameStop, yay! Because the only thing I can just say that I like working at GameStop was just getting the employee discounts.
Right. Yeah.
But even that didn't work all the way.
And some of those employees got to go to E3 and stuff. From what I can remember, like the manager and like some other like couple of employees or something.
The lucky employee the manager chooses.
Right.
But yeah, so I can't say that I enjoyed working at GameStop to the fullest. Just it was a good experience to just being my first retail job, and now I know the pain of the holiday rushes, Black Fridays. Oh god.
Yeah, again, like that's what you learn from. That's the pain, the mistakes, the negativity. That's a good way to like learn things. You know, it's you know, again, like you learn from getting burned or getting thrown into the fucking pool and be like, all right, you know, start swimming or you'll drown or whatever, you know. So, but sorry, go on.
Oh, I was gonna say. The only thing I can say is that I really hate. This goes back to our discussion with parents not teaching kids. I really hate how parents just let their kids just loose into the store.
Right. Yeah.
And then there was like this one time I was working and a mother came up to me and my manager and said, "Can you watch my kid? I gotta use the bathroom." And I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's like so you're gonna buy something, right? Because we're watching your kid, right? No? Okay, well, hey kid, there's a Tinker's Toys like 3 stores away. Go.
V-Bucks, give me V-Bucks.
Well, back then it was a whole hullabaloo that people wanted at GameStop back in the day. I guess guides? Prima guides? I don't know.
Prima guides.
Like, back then, I think it was like COD. Like everybody wanted COD or some shit.
Give me COD
every time I went into there.
Oh, it was COD or Halo.
Oh yeah.
I know I had to try. Well, I had to sell a. Forget which Mortal Kombat it was, but.
Was it like Mortal Kombat versus DC or some shit?
No.
Or Mortal Kombat 9?
Yeah, I think it was 9.
No,
9
I worked at GameStop when I was from 2010 to 2013. So
okay.
Whatever Mortal Kombat that was.
Okay.
And I had to keep telling the parents, like, this is a rated M game, there's gore and violence. Oh, it's okay, my kid knows. I was like, yeah, I know your kid knows, but do you know?
You know how bad it goes? Yeah. Again, it's like that. The whole conversation we had minutes ago, but but anyways, that's if anyone doesn't have any more to say about GameStop, well, rest in peace, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I guess what? Milk it as much as you can for whatever you want to buy from there, and look at other venues to buy stuff.
I mean, there's still games stuff. I mean, not sorry. Amazon. There's I guess Best Buy still for now, but I think Amazon and like Steam and just a few other stores. Like I guess Target too, but that's like more like grocery or appliances and shit. But
well, there's also Walmart.
There's also Walmart too. They're kind of like trying to like get into the esports thing too, with like their PCs and shit, which is weird. And there are some interesting things I've seen from their PC rigs too. So from the stories I've heard, which is like really fucking hilarious. But anyways, I think we can move on from there. Just a little more tidbits since Josh is here. We have Joseph, we have Jeff Kaplan coming into the mix for the GAs or the Game Awards. Now you have a reason to watch it, Josh.
Do I?
Yeah, man. You see,
Joseph primarily.
Yeah, you want to see Joseph, right?
Kaplan's just gonna be there, fucking shaking, and sweating, and fucking Activision's gonna have their fucking collar around his neck, fucking whipping him in the butt,
and probably balding too, as on the spot.
Oh yeah, balding on the spot.
Yeah.
I like Jeff. Jeff's one of the good guys at Blizzard.
Yeah.
Of Blizzard.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why people call him Big Daddy Jeff.
Yeah, Big Daddy Jeff, man. Yeah, that's pretty good. Joseph. Dude, he's not going to be like how he was last year.
No, yeah,
I can tell you right now. I feel like it was a corporate decision to bring him back because of the memes.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll probably get more views and ratings and shit if Joseph's there. Which I imagine they will, but I feel like they're just going to like make him like read off a script and shit.
Yeah, be PC about it.
Yeah, they're not going to make him say what he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
He'll probably say "fuck the Oscars," but like,
yeah.
But I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he'll.
It's not gonna be the same. It definitely won't be the same.
Yeah, it won't be as authentic. I feel.
Right.
It's not gonna be the same energy. He's just gonna be like, "Hi guys."
Fuck the Oscars. Yada yada yada. Poggers.
Poggers. Yeah,
Poggers.
He's definitely gonna say that.
He's gonna feed off of the diarist energy. Meanwhile, fucking Ninja is gonna probably get that award for content creator of the year. You know.
He's gonna get stream sniped and get butthurt on stage.
Well, meanwhile, not only we have Joseph and Jeff Kaplan, we have Hans Zimmer and other people too, which is kind of cool, I guess, for presenters. Hans Zimmer, man.
I know.
Why? he composed the Batman movies and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies too as well when it comes to music.
So if he does play Pirates of the Caribbean, that means Johnny Depp, aka Jack Sparrow, is gonna fly in, right?
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
Did you hear they're rebooting those movies or some shit?
Yep.
Really?
That makes me sad, man. That makes me so upset. Dude.
That is so dumb.
Well, they're rebooting it, and they're not gonna have Johnny reprise his role.
Yep.
That's dumb.
Let me tell you something. It's not gonna do well.
No.
Nope.
Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow is like 70% of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Those movies. The charm of those movies.
Yeah.
He's the flagship, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dang, dude. I didn't hear about that, man. I didn't know that. That's damn. That's just
Yeah, this fucking sucks, dude.
yeah.
I just haven't even seen a new one. Actually, I haven't seen the fourth or the fifth movie.
I have not seen a good majority of those movies either.
Dude. Alright, you know what, Hawk? I know you've never seen Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit.
Right.
I feel like we just need to have movie nights where we take you in, we watched Lord of the Rings, we watched the Hobbit movies, and we watched Pirates of the Caribbean movies as well.
Okay.
Because I feel like you're missing out, dude. You're missing out.
Okay.
Well, make sure it's the extended version for the Lord. You guys sit on your asses for a good 4 hours.
Oh God.
Those movies are long as fuck, dude.
I know that, but extended versions of those movies, like, goddamn, dude.
Wait, well, let's just say from watching the extended version, they're better because they have more a lot of plot holes are filled.
Okay.
And you get more story.
Okay.
Well, the movies in general, like there's a lot left out of that were in the books. Because I probably would be too long. Like the movies are long as is, so I imagine they'd probably be really fucking long.
Right.
If they added everything, but
or you can just go on YouTube and look for the speed up version of Lord of the Rings. We need to take the ring to Mordor. Okay, get on the Eagles. Ta-da!
The Eagles.
But let me see. Movie runtime. Just looking at 3 hours and 48 minutes. That's for one movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I think Return of the King is like 5 hours or some shit.
You know what's funny? I watched Return of the King and which pirate movie did I watch? It was the third one. It was
World's End.
World's End. There you go. Because I was like with a friend for a birthday party, and we watched these movies, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna jump right in there.
You watched the third movie of each one.
Yeah, I did essentially.
How lost were you?
I was very lost, but it looked cool. I'm like, oh, this looks really neat, but I don't know what's going on. I remember there was that scene with like Gimli and Legolas, like trying to count how many enemies they killed, and like Legolas killed like one of those like big elephants, and then Gimli's like, that only counts one or something.
Oh yeah, I love those two. They're
good husbands.
They're good husbands.
What? They bicker like.
Oh, I know. It's a bromance.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I love those two.
Yeah.
But in the books though, it's all Frodo and Frodo and Aragorn. Holy crap!
Mm-hmm.
But here you go. That's your runtime.
With additional credits. That's funny. Oh man.
So enjoy either sitting on your ass or moving.
Mm-hmm. Fellowship of the Ring, 208 minutes, extended version. Two Towers, 223 minutes. And then Return of the King is 251 minutes.
Well, if I were you, if you were going to watch an extended movie of one of those Lord of the Rings, just watch Return of the King.
Huh. Interesting. The one I watched. The
movie's long as shit.
Yeah.
Extended, what is that, like 10 hours? It's maybe like 10 hours long.
Well, it's long as shit, and also that essentially we had like what, 3 to 5 different quote unquote endings, just following each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, which is the real ending? Is it when he gets crowned king?
Mm-hmm.
Is it this? Is it that? Oh,
it's still going.
Pretty much,
it's
still going. Can we leave now? No, honey. But Mom, my ass is hurting. Just bear with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think what they could have done is like, well, this happened later, but I know that the Harry Potter movies, they did the two-parter with Deathly Hallows.
Deathly Hallows.
I imagine if Deathly Hallows all together, like if they were both together, it'd be fucking super long.
Yeah.
But I kind of did it that way too when I first watched Deathly Hallows. I watched both movies back to back, and fucking long. It's a long little
long
bench.
sit down.
Yeah, it's a long sit down.
Oh yeah, the second one I just showed is The Hobbit.
Holy shit! Oh wow, they're not as
so
long, but still.
Yeah, but with The Hobbit, you are better off watching the extended version.
Right. Inspect the journey, desolation of Smog, and the battle of the five armies. Okay. Right.
What's his name? Fucking Cumberbatch. Fucking voice of the dragon.
Voice the dragon. He also mocap the dragon.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah.
Cumberbatch. Yeah. He voiced the Smaug.
I think I heard something about that.
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't watched the Harry Potter movies either, so there's that too.
That's a long venture, dude.
Yeah. Here you go.
There's a lot of Harry Potter movies.
Yeah. Isn't there like seven? Isn't there like seven altogether technically, or whatever? Or like, because Deathly Hallows is the sixth one, right? Or whatever, sixth volume. I don't know.
Yes. Okay.
Well, again, like in the movies, they cut out a lot of things in the.
Yeah.
Or in adaptation in general, they're gonna cut corners.
Right.
They're still good movies. I think it's the same thing with Lord of the Rings. It's like they left a lot of things out, but I still think they're enjoyable movies. The same thing with Harry Potter. They're still enjoyable movies.
Yeah. And that now with Fantastic Beasts, there's 3 more in the works. So 3 more movies in the works. But at least J.K. Rowling is part of the the part of the seat to oversee stuff.
Right.
So yeah. Good on her.
If she's fine with it, then it's fine with me.
Cool.
Can we have another gay character? Yes, you can.
Yeah, isn't there like that whole shit with the Grindelwald or whatever?
Grindelwald and Dumbledore, yeah.
Yeah, that shit going on.
Yeah. And then, well, that controversy was funny. Dumbledore can't be gay. Why? He just can't. Okay, thank you for your reason.
I didn't even think about him being gay. Honestly, he just does him.
An old guy.
Personally, I don't want to think about old people fucking either. So that's also another thing.
Right.
No matter if you're gay or straight, I don't want to think about that.
Give me the gumma, honey. I forgot what movie that was. Oh, it was Yes Man.
Yes,
oh, okay.
Jim Carrey getting his dick sucked by a fucking old lady. They took her dentures out.
Oof.
Because he can't say no.
Yeah, because he can't say no.
Right. Yeah. I think I've seen I've seen most of that movie in the airplane or something. I've somewhere like that in the past.
That's an airplane movie.
Yeah. it definitely felt like an airplane movie. What did you put in this time? Oh, yes, okay. Oh god. Yeah, I remember. Okay, I remember this. I remember because I remember the bed and shit. So this shot. That's. That was that.
I mean, it's a stupid movie, but
yeah, silly movie with Jim Carrey being silly, or just being Jim Carrey in general. Yeah.
But you know, his best one was The Grinch.
Good Grinch. Speaking of ways, is that shit out? I think that shit has been out. I don't know. Anyone's...
Oh, the one with Cumberbatch playing?
Yeah, the 3D movie, or whatever. The CGI shit.
Yeah, it's out.
People aren't talking about it
since the beginning of November.
Oh shit! Wow. No one's talking about it, so not much of a big hit now, is it?
I'll watch it eventually.
I guess, right? But before we go, Josh, did you see what they revealed for Tekken characters for season 2?
Yeah.
What did you think of Julia?
Why?
Like, and subscribe, guys.
She's fucking. They're just like Diva. I know Diva's like that, right? And I love Diva.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like Julia, she's hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why? Like that's kind of weird. She's kind. They're kind of like. Are they like kind of retconning her character?
I don't know. Or maybe they're kind of following like how, Capcom did it with Sakura.
True.
She's an esports announcer, and Julia is the.
Oh no, actually, well, Sakura is just a hype.
She's an e-girl. Or Julia's an e-girl now.
Yeah, Julia's an e-girl, but Sakura is a hype cast kind of person at a like a local arcade, which essentially in Japan, which is like a thing. They like essentially like they're like on a podium, and they have like that microphone or whatever. And whenever a person does gets like a really high score, or that person like gets like something, and then that person will cheer them on, like, hey, this person got a high score, woo, and this like hypes up the fucking place. That's their job. That's like their thing, and that's what Sakura does. So that's like her job, and essentially, and she tries to keep paying the bills and shit because of that, or with that, which is like kind of an interesting story for Sakura, but that's a whole nother thing. Well, anyway, but yes, Julia though is definitely into the whole streamer thing, which is kind of weird too.
I don't know. It's weird. To me, it just seemed like they're retconning her character.
Yeah, because we were talking about it earlier, because like Julia was all about like nature and shit,
Yeah.
And spirits guide me or whatever. But now it's like, hey, I'm a fucking Twitch streamer.
Thank you for donations.
Thank you for donations. Yeah, exactly.
When?
Are you guys ready? And
touch elbows. What is that? Oh no, I dropped my phone. Thick.
Yep.
Fucking
poggers or whatever. I don't know. Or like whenever like, or there's a meme where like she said like spirits give me strength, and then the next line with her new character she says, chat, give me subs.
Subs, I need donations.
Chat, give me subs.
There's one thing I want to comment on too.
Yeah, yo, what's up?
What's going on with Marduk's legs though?
Oh yeah, they've been stubby, or they've been short.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but his upper body is like a lot bigger now.
Oh yeah, no,
his
it's always been
legs
big.
are even.
He's a One Piece character.
Yeah.
He's Frankie, pretty much.
Yeah, he's Frankie.
Armor King looks sick though.
Yeah, yeah.
Armor King looks fucking sick.
I do like it.
I'm surprised actually, Hawk, you didn't play King.
Yeah, but his grabs are way too fucking hard to do. His chain grabs or whatever. And then Armor King's more all about like grappling and just poking people with his legs and punches.
Well,
and stuff.
What's cool about Marduk? What I like about Marduk is they made him a UFC fighter.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
He's always been like MMA kind of thing, but yeah, he's definitely more UFC type of person.
Well,
now.
I felt in Tekken 5, he just kind of felt like a wrestler. He just seemed like a wrestler.
Yeah, because
I think that there's too many. Not to mention too, I think they have to make him different because I think doesn't Gigas have his old moveset?
I think so.
So that's what I kept hearing. I don't know too much about Gigas because I could care less about that character. But,
Right.
I don't know. Like I've seen Marduk, and then I don't know. Just when I saw him do a submission, I thought that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Finally, they have a UFC character. They have it all now. So, but yeah, Armor King looks sick.
Negan though.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
I didn't see his gameplay.
Okay.
I didn't see his gameplay. I didn't even know there was gameplay for him.
I'll pull it up.
What does he say here? Piggy, piggy, or whatever the fuck he says, and then fucking smacks him
whatever
in the
you see in that scene, that video clip, or whatever. That's where you're gonna hear.
What can they do with Negan? Right? I mean, I fell off with The Walking Dead, but I've seen what Negan has done. What the fuck can they do with this character? Honestly, like
Right.
he just bashes people in the head with a fucking bat.
Yeah.
Wizard Hattie.
Can you hear that, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone else will hear it too, so it's fine.
I can't hear shit. I am blind.
Yep. Got the taking characters on their knees. It's actually really funny. I like this.
Maybe this is also what's it called?
Pissing our pants yet?
I'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
Boy, do I have a feeling we're getting close. You know the deal. What's about to happen is gonna be hard to watch.
Then Lars comes in.
Not cool. Not cool.
Commencing mission.
Feels good. Sounds good.
That's funny. That's actually pretty funny. Because there's a scene in The Walking Dead with a tiger and shit.
Time.
That dude with the dreads or whatever.
And there's the.
Eeny,
Yep.
meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother told me to pick the very best one, and you are it. You can breathe, you can blink, you can cry. Hell, you're all gonna be doing that. Lucille, give me strength.
Well, kind of I kind of figured it was Napalm.
It's thirsty.
Kind of looks like Abraham.
Yeah.
She
It was
is
supposed to.
Yeah, you're right.
Bat.
A vampire bat?
Yeah.
Yep, you made that pun.
She's a vampire bat.
So you know when they were all lining up, maybe that's Harada's way of saying that. See all these characters. So yeah, go back to that where they all were lining up.
Oh yeah.
Harada's pretty much saying, see all these characters? Nerfed!
Nerf? Nerf all these characters?
Starting with Paul.
Paul. Nerf, because she's already got nerfed. She nerfed as is. And then
everyone gets nerfed there.
Okay, I can see Josie getting nerfed because she got fucking hella buffs. And then...
Oh wait, you didn't see at the end. There's a funny bit at the end with Bob.
Yeah. They cut that out too. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
How
dare they?
Let me see. If they...
Oh well, because it's GameSpot.
Yeah, probably. Let's see.
Maybe this one.
Oh, extra ending. There you go.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Don't laugh.
Oh, hold up. Let me turn that up a bit.
Speed and wait. Speed? You? You better be joking.
They definitely need to work on that face.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like I think, like that close up would have been better if they mocapped it.
Of course, yeah. the smile is
The smile, and you can see like the hairs are not really placed in.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. Negan doesn't really look that interesting to me as a character.
Yeah.
It's because he's the American Majima.
Yeah. As
Or Frank West knockoff.
yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, like I was hoping he was like gonna throw in some sort of zombie in as like a way of his like projectile, because like like have like a couple more characters with some sort of projectile, and then make Negan like a little different with his own. But it's just him hitting it with a bat, so it's like, what the fuck? Like why even have him in the first place? He's not.
I mean,
go ahead.
isn't there already a bat weapon in the game?
Yeah, I mean, but like as an item, yeah, like you can use an item move and then swing that thing, whatever it is, like a bat or some sort of like club thing or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I mean, I guess it's cool for like the Walking Dead fans and all, but as a fighting game character, he's just doesn't bring enough to the table to me like that interesting. I was like initially excited at first because that whole thing with like Lucille gave me strength, like that was like really funny to me. But now, like, as I was like watching it after like a couple more times, and the more I watch it, I'm like, he doesn't really do anything much other than swing a bat. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, you said you watched Walking Dead, Josh? Did you, or?
Yeah, I watched up to about like season 6, 7. I don't know.
Did you see like a good amount of Negan, or?
I stopped in the season when everybody was memeing about Negan. But I do know about him.
And like he doesn't really do much else. Like
he just bashes people in the head with bats. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Right.
Like that's all he pretty much does.
Yeah. Like, does he use guns and whatever? Or?
There was a scene where he stabbed somebody with a knife.
Okay.
I think. But that's about it. Like, no, he doesn't use guns. I've never seen him use a gun.
Okay. So
he may have. I don't know, but I've never seen him use a gun.
Okay. I mean, but still, like, they should have at least like add their own twist to Negan, like make him fun. You know what I mean? Like, how what Smash has done to like Captain Falcon, because Captain Falcon doesn't. He's not really a fighting game character at all. He's a racer,
Yeah.
but he's like he's like one of the most memorable characters of all time because of his Falcon Punch and like everything that he doesn't do, which is why he's like up there, in like in people's radars when it comes to like fighting game characters. But Negan is just he's just
I think he's a hard character to make as a fighting game character.
Yeah,
because his whole purpose or his essence in The Walking Dead is he's supposed to be an unpredictable villain. And every fucking scene he's in, there's always that looming tension of like, what the fuck is he gonna do?
Right.
Like, this is weird. Like, he could kill someone, you know? Is he gonna kill someone? What is he doing? Like, he's a troll. Like, he fucks with people.
Yeah.
As you see with the fucking eeny, meeny, miny, mo shit.
Yeah.
He does that to fucking piss everybody, like get everyone all fucking scared and shit. But that's his whole fucking character, and that's why people like Negan, is because of his character. It's not because of what he does; it's his character. He's a well written villain, I think.
Yeah.
As far as turning him into a fighting game character, I think they should have never done that. I feel like there's better options if you're gonna go with anything. You know?
Right. Yeah.
If anything else is a guest character. Anybody else would have probably been better, honestly.
Right.
I think Negan's just kind of his play style being put into a fighting game would just be him smacking people with a bat, which is what he does. Yeah. And nothing else. So I don't know. It's just very uninteresting. Kind of a waste of a slot, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like I said, like at least they should have like at least done one thing different about him just for the sake of it, you know what I mean? Like just to make him a little more interesting. Like I said, like, you know, have him step off to the side and like have a zombie like walk in and have them like grab him and hold him or whatever, and then Negan can do like combos with that after. Like that would have been really cool. And then of course characters can like sidestep it, you know, to avoid it, that kind of thing. But that would have been cool. Like that would have been a cool gimmick for Negan to be that Frank West sort of character, but he just swings a bat. That's it, you know? Yeah. Yeah. It's just like it's funny. Like there's some funny moments with you know, Negan, you know, having Lucille like glow with fucking like that dark aura and shit, and then just, you know, Lucille give me strength. Like that's some Soul Calibur shit right there. He like I feel like he could have been a little better as a Soul Calibur character, and like fit him like and then try to fit him into like the Soul Calibur lore of like, oh, you know, let me, you know, he wants Soul Edge because, you know, so he can like, you know, whatever, he can like essentially like rule whatever world he's from or whatever, but like and have Lucille like be like a part of like Soul Edge or whatever, and become like this like really cool looking bat with like even more hardcore looking barbed wire spikes or whatever, and then now, you know, that line makes even more sense, like Lucille gave me strength, and then you just see that like that aura and shit. That would have been cool. But here it's like it's funny, but it's like, why? You know, and then just comes down to like him just whacking people in the head with it. It's like, oh, okay. You know, like at least make him like his attacks even more brutal. Like since he's in a fighting game, like at least I don't know, man. They could have done more interesting things with him. Even though like it would have been like kind of out of his character, sure, but he's like if you're gonna make a fighting game character, you gotta make him very interesting, like very like super like over the top and shit, not just like, you know, like Negan. So I don't know. It's hard, I know, but it's in this case, I think overall, in my opinion, he like you said, he's kind of like always his slot. So that's just me. It could have been so many other characters. It could have been Kiryu, it could have been Majima, it could have been fucking anyone else but Negan. But I guess Walking Dead is that popular in Japan or something, or Harada likes Walking Dead or something. I don't know. Whatever reason it is, the fact of the matter is his gameplay isn't that interesting. I'm still, like I said earlier, I am still tempted to just lab him just to see what he's like. But my enthusiasm, my excitement definitely like just died away like that pretty quickly the more I kind of watched the trailer and more over and over. So it's like, all right, well, that's it. But yeah. But anyways, that's I think that's all we got for tonight. I think we went on for a good amount of time though. I'm using a different recording thing, so I can't really see what time, how much time we've spent, but we still talked a good amount before even before Josh made his surprise appearance in here. So out of nowhere, Josh out of nowhere.
He RKO'd into the into the podcast.
Hey man, I just saw you two, just the two of you were in here, so I was like, you know what? Might as well. Right.
Beep beep.
I'm like, what the fuck? Wait, I thought Ender was sleeping, but and then I heard you. I'm like, what the fuck? Whoa, Josh is here. Yeah.
Now it's a party.
But yeah, we talked a good amount, even without Josh. So is there anything you wanted to add, Josh, before we sign off?
No, I mean, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Anything about Nintendo? With their YouTube policy stuff?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Doesn't affect me, but I do think that's good.
Right, because like, you know, we were saying like it's gonna motivate more people to do reviews again and just do more content in general about Nintendo now. It's like, okay, so you know, we're gonna probably see a maybe a little more of a fluctuation of Nintendo content, but either way, someone like me won't have to worry about getting third-party claimed or whatever by Nintendo, and now we're free to do whatever we want and monetize our shit. So I think it's cool. So I think we can end it on that note, and not Negan, and we can finally end the podcast. But before we do that, I want to mention that we are still sponsored by Loot Crate and Into the AM, so don't forget to check out the links in the description of wherever you're watching it from, whether it's iTunes or SoundCloud or YouTube. So we got the links in there, and we do have a promo code. So I think the Loot Crate code is working definitely now, because I noticed it wasn't working earlier, or like kind of recently, so I was like, oh shit, so I gotta get that fixed. So I think that's up and running again, so you can still save 10% on your Loot Crate or whatever, and same with Into the AM as well. So again, check out that. It'll support the channel if you want to do that, and plus you get stuff out of it, so it's a win-win situation still. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for the 74th episode. Thank you, Josh, for your surprise appearance. And then thank you, Zawarudo, for helping holding down the whole podcast as well. You definitely had a lot more to say this time around. So I know you're like, you're in the back line, kind of, fill in the gaps and stuff like that here and there for usually in usual episodes. But you definitely delivered today. So thank you for holding down the fort too. So.
Yay.
So I think next time we'll definitely come back and talk about the Game Awards stuff, and probably some Smash stuff, like very first impressions. But what we got
sucked.
And we'll see. We'll never know, man. It could be a complete 180. The game could completely suck ass. You never know, dude. You never know. But anyways, we'll see, and till then, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Later, guys.
Good night.
Okay, wait, are you really going good night now, or?
Good night. No, dude. I just woke up. Actually, I actually woke up.
No, I'm just saying good night to the listeners.
Oh.